Okay. Uh, nice. Nice. All right. Well, we are now about to be live. I do believe that let's see. Well, I've got it pulled up on my other computer here, and I'm just seeing an ad. So I believe yep. There we go. We're here and live. What's that? The very final. I can't imagine there will be another. Yeah. Can't see it happening myself. Oh yeah, they've got it up on the screen there too. Oh, lovely.
What's up, boys?
Yes. So I. Okay, many things happening. Please hold. Well, you may keep talking. Nobody will hear you. Apparently. I did just get food delivered. Yeah, we are. Hopefully by now you should be able to hear everyone. But if not, I am actively trying to figure out the sound here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I
It's a quality start on the tick. Oh, I can hear myself. Oh, thank goodness Carson's still muted. Okay. I think it's just Rudy and I now.
what the heck?
Well, not get ahead of ourselves with the whole "you're not dumb."
Hmm. Okay. I. Yeah. Yeah. It's us in Scott's ear. Well, I think I'm still heard, but I'm not talking. Trying to figure this out.
Like just said, you know what? Like if I made a I'm sorry for the people that I offended, and I guess you'll never hear from me on Twitter again. And I'm like, all right, like handle your business.
Who needs a Twitter? Like, oh, that's gonna be deep enough. Yeah, it's gotta be deep enough. Oh, what a play, though. Oh, my goodness. Ian Happ goes brain neutral.
Oh goodness.
Still going to score a run.
I will say,
Carson is live.
this is
Oh, we can hear Carson?
hello.
Oh, why'd you make me so big?
I have to add an extra. I'm adding an extra NDI source for
Oh.
everyone just to confirm to be sure. I think we should be good now.
Oh, are we good? We square?
Oh,
Carson is
I
live.
can hear Carson.
Carson is
Diego.
live.
Oh, I can hear
Yeah.
Diego.
Diego should follow.
All right.
Okay.
Jim, thank
Yep,
you.
I
Jim,
can
thank
hear
you for
Diego.
being our
For being our
Yes.
sound
like
tester.
our sound mixer for the last 10 minutes or so.
Thank
Good
you very
news.
much. Shout out, Jim.
Good news. Since we last did this, NDI works such that you actually needed an audio input for everyone. Learn that.
Oh,
Now.
We learned
Carry
something
So
new
is there a
today.
way to now remove Carson's?
Okay.
Yes. That
Rudy,
can be done
Seems a very
easily.
easy way.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
cool.
my
Yeah.
God.
Thanks
This
again, Jim, for
this
helping us
did
figure that
happen.
out.
This did happen the last time we had the Cardinals on, and I remember I got excited that Tommy Edman had an RBI single, and I got booted. So
Yeah, I just
just to show the standards
It's
that
awesome. It's a win.
the liberal media. No.
Okay.
See? Cardinals fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say the outfit. Like just there's something about putting it on. There's.
I think I should go put on my Cubs hat.
Where's the red hat with the G on
For
it?
the
M.
Little League All-Star Game hat that Scott's referring to is currently right there. I'm looking at it right now.
Right
I don't know if
there.
that's what it is.
Scott, I guess I can tell you, Scott, confidently, unless Scott.
I have photo evidence that says otherwise.
Yeah. Good luck getting that one held up in court, pal. Good luck.
I have a photo. I'll show everyone.
No, I don't think you will.
God,
That run does count though. So we gotta.
Yes.
I really want
Yes.
a close competitive Sunday night baseball game.
Yes, actually. I mean,
We have not had that. I wasn't on last week. I don't know if last week's was any good, but
last week
Diego and I just kind of talked, and
it was a good.
the game was fine. It wasn't like Those of you that stuck around and watched know. I mean, we were talking about how my ancestral relative Thomas Jefferson printed the Declaration of Independence on a LaserJet printer. That's
That is something we talked about.
so
Carson was back home.
I
in
was.
his dad's office, and for some reason I brought up the printer like 4 times.
Yes.
naturally.
I think it started because I was just addressing the fact that my dad's got a little bit of a Cubs paraphernalia.
Hey, next week's Sunday night baseball game, Mets Angels.
The most
That's a new team.
the Sickos Committee World
Yeah.
Series, if you ask me. The
Yeah.
I'm just
definition of the
glad-
Sickos Committee World Series.
I'm just glad it's not like
The Phillies.
2 NL East teams or 2 AL East teams.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
one,
that's,
which is a bit
Or
of a bummer.
Cubs
Or
Cardinals,
Cardinals, yep.
which is like the only time they go outside of that formula is when they go Cubs Cardinals.
Which is
So
a
I'm glad
great
that
game
it's-
to put on Sunday Night Baseball.
Okay, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a okay game to put on Sunday Night Baseball.
I mean,
It is a
they
game
were
to
the
have
they
on
were the
Sunday Night
national
Baseball, for
game
sure.
yesterday, and I think that delivered.
Well, we were the Peacock brunch game, buddy.
Hey,
so why don't you
hey,
take a seat?
Respect the Peacock brunch game. That was a great game, actually. I know it didn't go your way,
I'll
Scott,
respect
but still a
Peacock.
great ball game.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not.
For the neutral fan, it was a great ball game.
You got to watch 80 errors, and that's why the Yankees won. That's fun.
I got to watch-
It's fun to watch a team Little League the last third of a game
I got to watch Miguel Cabrera with a little vintage
until
base
he
knock
got
up the
subbed
middle.
out.
Correct, but you wanted him running?
No, I didn't say it was a bad managerial. move.
Okay.
I'm talking about from a viewership perspective.
Oh yeah, but it was still he's got his
From a fan of the
he's got
team.
his little pirate hoop earring that he's rocking. I really like that. I don't know. It was fun to
one
watch.
earring fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks fantastic.
As someone who only has one earring, I am very pro one earring.
There you go.
We were also the Apple TV game. We played the Yankees, so we got a lot of weird broadcasts this weekend. That's what happens. When
Yes. I will say, Scott, I assume you'll be in agreement with me So for those of you that didn't watch the
Ultimate Super
Peacock
Sausage
broadcast, because you
Grayson.
guys have social lives, they had a segment where they were like, "Oh, the chef of the Yankees, like this is some of the food that we have here," and they referred to them as chicken wings multiple times. And then I watched Jason Benetti put an entire one in his mouth.
Right, and no bone came out. Yeah.
Right, but for a brief moment, I was like, I about lost all respect for Jason Benetti of, does this monster eat chicken wings bone and all? Because he did not hesitate. He just picked it up and just
Yeah, he really did.
And I was like, what's about to
Yeah,
happen?
really.
I mean, I would.
Wow, Yachty having a great year, eh?
Oh no.
That's a 60 OPS plus, by the way.
Hey, go to catcher defensive runs saved on Savant. Look at the numbers. I'm just saying.
Is he like 0?
No, he was as of like 3 or 4 days ago. He's tied for first in catcher defensive runs saved. So
is that
like
still a negative WAR?
Yeah.
Or?
Probably, but I mean, at the very least, the glove is there. You know, like if one of
at the very least, he's losing us ball games. I mean, at least.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want Andrew Kisner batting, who has like a 75 OPS plus? I sure don't.
That's 15% higher, brother. I don't know what you're complaining about.
He also the thing is he's not as good of a defender though, so I'm not making that trade.
Wait, I thought Andrew Kinsner was the future. What's
God, no. No. You will have never heard me say
that. Is this Ivan Herrera?
No, I'm an Ivan Herrera guy all the way. I have never said Andrew Kisner is that guy. I remember being upset that we traded. I wasn't mad we got Goldschmidt.
He just said Andrew Kisner is that guy.
But when we traded for Carson Kelly away, I was like, oh my God, we're gonna try to hand the reins off to Andrew Kisner for a couple of years. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you didn't have to.
Yeah, well, you know, the crypt keepers that are ownership.
Turns out Yachty had a couple more years of 60 OPS plus ball left in him.
Yeah, he does. Nothing wrong with it so far. Though. I'm not mad at the season.
Nothing wrong with 60 OPS ball.
Hey man.
Hey man, that'd be like our third best hitter. So
hey, all I gotta say is, as of right now, at this very moment, 1 game out of first place.
I wonder where that would rank. Genuinely.
Wild card 2.
Good paid factor.
That
Scott,
genuinely might be like that. Legitimately might be like our 4th best hitter. I'm not even kidding. Let's look
Scott,
it up.
let's see who has it.
Let's
see where he places better, the Tigers or the Royals, because I think it might be even worse on the Royals.
It would be a nail biter. It would be a nail biter. Let's see it. All right, I'm pulling up our.
I know
Peyton potentially could be true. The Cardinals are 0-2 on Sunday night baseball games, where Carson and Rudy are both on. For Sunday.
I think the first one I ever did with you guys, like about a year ago, like my first ever one, we lost, and then I think they were on like 3 or 4 weeks later, and it was Cardinals Braves. They might have lost that one too. I know we're not. Nice. I want to say we're like the Cardinals might be like 2-3 when I've done broadcasts for us. I think 2.
What was his OPS plus? Was it 50 or 60?
100.
It was 60, right?
Yeah.
1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Let me find
1,000. Oh, yes, Diego. 1,000 to OPS plus. Actually.
It's been really good.
Yadier Molina's offense is the Morbius of the St. Louis Cardinals.
His OPS plus in today's lineup.
Qualified hitters only, Scott. Qualified hitters only.
Would have bet. Well, I don't know if we have too many of those, brother. We're all hurt.
Oh yeah.
There's like 2. Miggy and like someone else.
Also, it wouldn't matter. It doesn't change. They're all of our team is like 40. So like whether they play 2 games.
Scott, it could be worse, man. All of my team is literally 40.
Yeah, but you're winning.
That is true.
Okay. So,
what is this ESPN animation? Sorry, real quick. This gold mine anime. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's what ESPN is. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
best OPS plus on the team is Harold Castro, 134.
Good ball. That's good numbers. That's good numbers.
And over 100 ABs. Austin Meadows is 113, but he hasn't played in 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks now. Miguel Cabrera, 111. Those are the only 3 above 100. Victor Reyes technically is, but he's like 20 at bats. And then Dustin Garneau is technically as well, but he has even less at-bats than Victor Reyes. So, we have 3 guys over 100 that have played close to every day. 60 would be better than Tucker Barnhart, our starting catcher, or Eric Haas, our backup catcher, who are 53 and 49. Spencer Torkelson is 85. Nice. Jonathan Scope is now up to 67 because he's been on a heater the last couple of weeks.
He did make a great play in today's game as well.
Dude, he's leading all of baseball, any position, and outs above average. He's been crazy this year.
Yeah,
Scope's been really good since I dropped him from my fantasy
we've been.
team,
I mean, Scott, I've been on the Scope train since last year, man. Like I really like. I've always liked the player, and I thought when you guys got him, I was like, great signing.
Yeah, it was a good extension too.
I think so.
Javi Baez 54, so that's less than 60. Jamer Candelario is. Dude, he has been Rudy. We have so much beef. I cannot even express to you how bad he's been. It's remarkable.
Yeah, so much beef.
Jamer just passed 60, but then hurt his shoulder today, so we'll see if he's in it for the long haul. But technically, he's like 62 now.
Nice.
Derek Hill 76, Robbie Grossman 68, Willie Castro 84. Akil Badu 31, Daz Cameron 60, Cody Clemens hasn't got a hit yet in 12 at-bats.
Really?
He's gotten on base, though.
He has 1 walk in 13 plate appearances and no hits.
He's gotten on base.
That would be, for the record, a negative 74 OPS plus.
He's lighting it up.
Because it's 077. So he's better than both of our catchers. At OPS plus, he is better than both of our catchers and is obviously better defensively.
I would out of respect for our friendship, I'll end your suffering by transitioning to something funny that happened.
Hey,
so
we haven't even covered the Royals yet.
Yeah, we still got to go through the Royals too.
Now let Rudy
we can continue down misery lane if you'd like. Rudy, go ahead.
It's Rudy's turn.
Royals are actually not looking too different as far as if you're talking 100 plate appearances, you've got Benintendi at 139. MJ Melendez actually squeaks in at 101 plate appearances with a 130 WRC plus.
MJ Melendez has been great. Picked him up in fantasy. He's been balling for me.
Yeah. Hunter Dozier's at a 121 actually, which I have not been paying enough attention, but that's a lot better than I would have expected out of him. And Bobby Witt Jr. has cracked 100 even before today's
good
game,
for him, man.
So
that's good.
Yes, he's worked his way back up.
Quite as a rook, though, I mean, he's doing the thing, you know.
Yeah.
Good for Bobby Witt. Shout out
yeah,
Bobby
good for
Witt.
him.
And then actually
he's a heck of a ball player.
The entire rest of the team that has 100 plate appearances is above that Molina's 60, but not by much. Carla?
Yeah, so we're on track to have like one of the worst offenses in baseball history at the moment. So I wouldn't expect anybody of anyone to match us. The only reason we even have a decent, it's a bad record, but not like the worst record of all time, is because our pitching has been unbelievable.
It's all because of Scooble.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now looking at the Royals,
Scooble's been nuts, man.
It's pitching that is doing the deed as far as.
Can we talk about Scooble like a lot?
He's been going nuts.
Yeah, Cy Scooble, man. The wave.
He's just electric, man.
So fun to watch. Like legitimately one of my favorite pitchers to watch pitch.
Yeah, I mean he's certainly my favorite Tiger to watch pitch right now, as he's like the only one we have. So
that would make sense.
What's Mize? Mize is coming back next week or two, right?
No,
Eventually.
No. I like on the DL, but I'm on a broadcast, so not really. I'm like reasonably sure he's about to get TJ.
You think?
Yeah.
That's tough.
They're doing the exact same
on
thing.
The DL.
They're doing the exact same thing with him that they did with Turnbull last year, like almost to a T. He says he's hurt. They sent him down to single A for rehab. They put him on the 10-day or the 15-day. Then he, wow, hell of a play by Nato. Then he makes one appearance gets shelled, goes back to single A, makes one appearance in triple A, gets shelled, goes back to single A. They tell him to completely stop throwing because they said he aggravated something in his start. And then he's been sitting there just like not doing absolutely anything for like 3 weeks now. And they moved him from the 15 to the 60. And yeah, I'm like 35 to 40% sure that he's going to get TJ here.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I love watching Mize pitch.
Yeah, not great. And then, yeah, you know, Erod is supposed to rehab, I think, at the end of this week, make his first rehab start. Tyler Alexander made his first rehab start last night. Who else is even on? I don't even remember. Michael Pineda still like 3 weeks away from even trying to throw a ball. He broke a finger in his throwing hand.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Who am I missing? Erod, Pineda, Tyler, Scoop. Manning, yeah, thank you. So he made a rehab start and looked decent. They only left him out there for like 2 innings. Then they
Oh, I remember this. Sorry.
In his second start, he then got pulled, and they said it was due to dehydration.
Huh.
And we were all like, okay, like drink water, dummy, you know.
Drink water,
dumb. And so he goes back out there for his next rehab start, and he has no command. His velocity's way down. He gets shelled. And we're like, what the hell is, like, I can't imagine they're going to call him back up now. And because that was supposed to be his last rehab start. And they said, yeah, it turns out he's actually had like really aggressive throwing arm discomfort for a while, but he felt so much pressure to rejoin the team because 5 of our 6 starters are all hurt at the same time that he just didn't tell anyone and wanted to tough through it and like get back to the majors so that he could try and help the rotation.
Dog at him though.
And
I got a little respect for that.
And then he finally, after getting rocked, he was like, "Yeah, like I'll admit it. I've had some elbow pain for a while now." And so now he hasn't thrown in 2 weeks or something. So like the Erod is close, and Tyler Alexander, I guess, is close, and nobody else is. So even with that, but we have the best pitching coach in baseball for my money, and we've made it work. It's definitely not the pitching's problem. That's like the most messed up part. It's not even the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have 5 of our 6 opening day starters are all hurt on the rotation. Yeah. Has never been the pitching's problem. Like
the fact that you don't have the worst record in baseball is astounding.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it could be worse. You could be the Royals, where it is the pitcher's problems as well as having the worst pitching coach in baseball.
Right.
Well, the Royals need to fire the entire coaching staff.
You guys already canned your hitting coach.
They did.
Take it from the Cardinals.
Yeah, we need to do that. Why is our hitting coach still around? Everyone's like, why is Scott Coolball still with the Tigers? Like, what are we doing? We're on pace to have literally one of the worst offenses of all time. We're scoring like 2 runs a game.
Yeah.
They're like,
so
let's give this guy another shot.
On a bit of a brighter note, we just saw Sosa 6-3 right there. I was starting to say, we're some technical issues that Edmundo Sosa, I think, it'll be the second year in a row that he has had the single funniest Cardinals moment of the entire season. For those of you that remember last year, it was a game at Citi Field, ground ball up the middle. He makes a great ranging play to his left, fields it, spins, fires a strike, and it drills the first base umpire in the temple.
I remember that.
Like, just cracks him square. Hilarious. Cardinals won the game, I believe. Hoo-ha, the whole world works. Well, last night, the Cardinals and Cubs, Jesus Christ. The Cardinals and Cubs in a very close game. We get a nice little base knock into left field, and Edmundo Sosa just straight up missed third base.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
not by a little bit. Like, he missed it by a good 2 feet.
Oh, really? I was listening on the radio. I did not get the visual there.
Oh, Rudy, watch the clip. He's not close. Like, it wasn't one of those, like, he wasn't sure because of it could be challenged. Anyone in the ballpark was like, he did not touch that base.
Nice.
There's no chance he touched that base.
And then as a result, obviously, game went to extras. Cardinals at least got the win, but like it was just the funniest, most little league thing I've ever seen. Like he just whiffed it. And I don't think it's been like a long time since I've seen anyone at any level above high school miss a base as badly as he did.
Yeah, I was gonna say completely missing third base is like what I did when I played fall ball at age 12. Like
right.
No, there was actually it was actually a good story on this one. I don't remember. So for a while when I played, I had this. I was trying to figure out. This is not long after I got glasses for the first time.
Where the base was.
I hated wearing contacts, so I was like, okay, what do I do like during games? I kind of have to see to play baseball. So anyway,
It's helpful.
consequence of that is I had sport goggles. But anyway,
Let's go.
But yeah,
Is there any photo visuals of this?
probably.
You look for them?
No.
I had goggles for a while.
Rudy? Did you wear the rec specs for team picture day? That's the most important
I
question.
think I did. I
Good.
gotta say I did.
Right.
I am so happy right now.
Let me find mine. I had one.
That's what I like
Well,
to hear.
So anyway, I think this game was, for whatever reason, I wasn't wearing them. I think, or maybe this was before I got the rec specs, so I was just wearing my normal glasses or something. But anyway, I crank a ball into the gap. I round, or maybe I'm already on base. I don't know.
Crankable.
Either way, I'm running towards third. I think.
I'm sorry. Is Patrick Wisdom just nailing a crip walk right now? Is that what?
Yes,
I
that's
watched?
exactly
that
what
was
you're watching.
Crazy cold. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I was the batter because there's no way I had such little concept of where third base was otherwise. But I round second. I'm going for third, and I just completely.
That is cold.
I couldn't see the bag. Like it was kind of covered in dirt. I couldn't see it at all. And my dad was the third base coach, standing like at least 5 feet up the line from where the bag actually is. So my instinct is, okay, I don't know where the bag is. I'm gonna slide to where Dad is. So I slide like 5 feet up the line from where third base actually was.
Oh my god.
Nice. Excellent.
I think I was like comfortably safe, so it didn't actually matter. But I was
Okay,
like just
good.
way off. Just not.
Rudy, I
That's
really
so
thought that story was gonna end with that you did a takeout slide on your own dad. And
I really-
I was like,
That'd be just as funny.
No. So I actually could not run fast enough to do that. I think
okay.
did not have the.
That's an incredible visual.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
little
that's
Rudy
so
just
weird.
chugging and then just sliding everybody going, what the hell?
Oh, this is a terrible photo. But this is the closest you can find. So I also had goggles when I played
Oh my
soccer.
god.
We're just
Scott had a
sur-
dumb
we're
haircut. You two had
surrounded
rec
by-
specs. What do I get?
I only wore
Nothing.
We're just surrounded
For
by greatness.
a single
Being
game.
4'10", that's what I get.
So I had him for one game because I wore him in practice for a few weeks before I debuted him in a game because I didn't wear my regular glasses during games. I just was like, I can see the ball well enough, and when it gets close, I can see it. But when it was down the field, sometimes I would lose track of it, which isn't what you want as either a goalie or a defender,
Yeah.
which are the two positions I played at the time.
I feel
that's-
like I feel like you can in like younger-ish levels of soccer if you can at least see the outline of the ball, like you're pretty like okay.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
just kind of
Yeah.
standing and kicking at that age.
Right. And it got to the point where this is like I would see it fine enough to where I could play without it just fine. I just thought the goggles would help so I can actually see exactly where everything's going on.
Right, yeah.
But I was playing in a game. Like I said, I wore them in practice for a couple of weeks. We're playing a game, and I played center back at this point, so center defender. And I go to head a ball that the goalie had just punted. And I go to head it. I'm like lining up, and I go to head the ball, and it goes over my head by a solid 10, 15 feet.
Oh no. Oh, that's...
He goes up for the head, the ball's in a group
And
of people.
T-Blade's
are
way behind me.
like-
And then my coach
like
is
10 feet
screaming.
wide,
He's like,
everyone's like, what the
He's like,
hell?
what are you doing? I'm like, I thought the ball was. Luckily enough, I was fast enough, and there wasn't anyone actually on like their forwards weren't doing jack, so like I was able to get to the ball first and like play it like at a reasonable time manner. But like
so funny, though.
I as soon as that happened, the next time we got the ball up the field, I ran to the sidelines, threw my goggles to like the bench, and then did not wear them again. But like this isn't a great photo, but this is I think the only existing photo I have of him where like you can kind of see him.
Oh yeah.
God, you look like
can.
it looks. Is that red hair with the red uni?
Yeah, it's red hair with the red uni.
Have you ever gone
crazy.
as Shark Boy and Lava Girl for Halloween? Because
No,
I feel
not
like that would.
simultaneously, but also
I
no.
feel like. Well, that's not.
Have you ever dressed as two people at once, Diego? Or
I have not, no, but
okay, I was just
What's
wondering.
what's up with that? But you ought to get on that.
I don't know.
First off,
I
you're
really-
slacking.
Yeah.
I really am, but yeah, it was. Man,
Not
that's
like me. I just like 3
last
people
time
for
I wore it
Halloween.
too. It was awful. It was not good. It was really
That's
funny
really
looking back
funny,
on it
though.
now, but at the time, my coach was pissed. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "I thought the ball was here." I'm sorry.
That's really funny though.
Yeah, looking back, very very funny.
Speaking of fun moments with managers, Ali Marmol got his first career ejection at the game I was
That
at,
was a
and
wild ejection, man.
It was.
well, all right. Let's be clear here. If for those of you that follow the wonderful Twitter account, I believe that is it at Ump Scorecard? Is that the official?
Yes.
Is that their
it wasn't like well.
the pitch that Ali lost his goddamn marbles at was 3.4 inches outside the strike zone
Yep.
when it was bases loaded, full count.
Yeah.
So very well earned first career ejection for Ali. Super fun to watch. Throwing the iPad. Anytime there's a visual aid where you're drawing things for the umpire, that takes it from a B to an A for me every single time. So
yeah,
I was
no, it was definitely an S tier ejection for sure. It was,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
especially because like
Fair.
with replay and stuff, we don't have those as much as just period these days. So it's nice to see somebody get into it like that.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's Kyle Schwarber.
this year.
That's what I was
Yeah.
about to say, Diego. I
Yeah.
don't think
Schwarber's
it's
still
Schwarber.
one, right?
Schwarber's got to be the number
Yeah.
one of
Number
the year.
one of the
still.
year.
Oh,
I feel like
absolutely.
yeah.
Easily.
Because
that was great.
Because what Schwarber did was Schwarber not only preached a message of you're not doing your job, but he preached a message of unity, which is so important in this country.
Yeah, he said both
But
teams.
for him to go this side, both of them, awful.
Yeah.
That to me, that is what takes it to number one. When you include the other side to the point where they're
Yeah,
like,
it's
I mean, we agree, but don't
Yeah, right,
include
but
me,
don't bring
man.
us-
Hey, I mean, keep going, man, but don't
Yeah.
stop.
Don't stop,
No,
but like
that's a great point. Also, just like pure blow up, like it was.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
everything
that-
about it.
when
And, like
it's
the
not-
moment, like bottom of the ninth or whatever, top of the ninth,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
It was, like
He's
just-
hitting the showers after that ring up anyway. Like he's got
Yeah.
nothing left to do that night except,
Hey,
get his
who
money's
was, earlier in this series too? Who was the guy that hit the walk-off sack fly and Contreras told him to like take a deep breath
Morel.
before
Just-
the
just
Morel,
was
yeah.
that okay? Yeah.
that wasn't this series. That was earlier this week.
Oh, you guys have played twice in the last like. What was that? Not against?
It wasn't against the Cardinals.
Was it not? Was it
That
the
was
Brewers
still-
series?
It was the Brewers
Oh,
series,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
That I just thought that was a really cool like that clip obviously went viral, but
Oh,
that
you're right.
whole
Yeah,
video
you're
was like oh, and then there's Contreras. That man, those are two like liners up the middle, like hard hit balls up the gut, man.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
all right.
Morel has been really impressive. Like, I don't know. A lot
Is Contreras
Like-
sticking around,
yeah.
I think he will.
or is he a deadline mover?
I think everyone wants him to stick around at this point. I think you'd be
For sure.
really
Well,
hard
yeah.
pressed to find someone that doesn't. And I don't know that was necessarily the case maybe a year or two ago. And obviously there's
Sure.
the factor of there's maybe other guys you'd rather have stay from the 2016 team than him, but yeah.
You can have him back, dude.
You have to have a face of a.
That's what I was about to say,
Times
especially if you're willing to believe what the Cubs front office believes that they're going to do, which is return to contention within 2 to 3 years, then it makes I would absolutely keep Contreras
Yeah.
around because having a backstop like that. Like there's value in having a guy that can consistently. I don't know. I think
you know what?
Scott's his ears are perking up because I'm talking about. I'm praising the catching position specifically, but I really do think that it goes a long way when it's like as an up and coming pitcher in a system, like this is the guy that I'm going to throw to.
And you know what? Maybe we open this up for a broader topic of discussion, but I've been thinking about this a little bit as far as
Rudy,
like
I missed you, man. I love you, buddy. I'm glad.
Actually, wait, before Rudy gets into this,
continue, but
all four of us are back, and it feels so great.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, I love you guys too. But
but the Tigers have been dogs.
But anyway, so I was just kind of thinking of like, and I think it was walking around. I was at Wrigley earlier this week too, and walking around, it's like, okay, all the jerseys you see, it's like there's almost not, or you'd be hard pressed to find many guys where like they are just career lifetime with an organization. Like you think back to the 20th century, that was so much more prevalent. And if I had to
Edmundo
say,
Sosa, I'm so sorry. That was a heck of a play by Edmundo.
That was another hard hit ball up the middle, man.
But Sosa, man,
I'm still waiting to
play.
see it. I'm actually quite far behind you
So
guys. But
really?
Rudy and I are behind.
Yeah.
What's new?
But anyway,
Well, Diego's always behind.
Yeah, correct.
So like if there's any position where that's still maybe more the case than others, it probably is catcher. Like I don't know, like you still have guys like, obviously Molina, but even, the Royals with Salvi, the Giants with Posey.
Buster just had
Holy smokes, that is a heck of a play, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so in that regard
no,
too,
right.
it's like, okay, there's really a lot of value even in today's game to having a catcher stay with your franchise indefinitely.
No, I think Carson said it. It was either Carson or Rudy. When you're coming up through the system as a young pitcher,
yeah,
and it's like, knowing, while you're developing pitching talent, knowing, you catch him for a little bit in spring, and then like you go back to the minors, and like, hey, next year when I make the show, like that's why I guess slightly different, but also kind of similar. I really the Tigers had like all of our pitching prospects that are at the majors now. In 2019, whatever the last minor league season before last year was.
2019.
2019, yeah. They were all in Double-A at the same time, and Jake Rogers was there with them, and that's like similar in the sense that okay, like we have no one at the catcher position at the major league level, so like that as you're like moving through the system, that's going to be the guy.
That's your battery.
And I think a great example of what we're talking about of like having confidence in as a pitching staff and as a pitching organization, like. The Marlins acquisition of Jacob Stallings is like a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
So if you're an Edward Cabrera, if you're a Max Meyer, you know that when you get to the show, you're gonna have a guy that is not only gonna know how to call the game that's best for you, but when you also have a guy behind the dish that can steal a call for you, and not just one throughout the game, but he's gonna steal multiple calls for you every single time you go out.
Staff too. I mean,
like that.
Big.
Yeah, handling a pitching staff and being a battery of everyone in the staff is so vital, and even just we've seen pitchers that have like special catchers just for them. You know what I mean? Like we've seen that.
Personal catcher is very
catcher is so fun. Like, do you guys remember when? Oh, I'm sorry, Scott.
No. That was it, though. I was just saying, like, we've seen, personal catchers like that. So having somebody that you, as an organization, everybody in the pitching staff wants that person to be their personal catcher. So he just is the everyday catcher. You know what I mean? Like having that kind of a relationship with And catcher, it's so easy to be a leader as a catcher because you're running the show back there. I mean, you're telling fielders where to go. You're making signs to corner infielders. You're making signs up the middle. You're obviously giving all the signs. You control every pitch. Like, it's just so easy to be like a leader behind the plate. So yeah, I think that it's, that's why we see catchers become managers all the time. So I think it is like a really easy and natural decision. I think also an underrated part of why it makes sense is because there is no expectations for catchers to hit.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can sign a catcher. You can be a catcher for 8 years on the same team.
There's a name. There's a name that
no one cares
that's in our minds right now, isn't there?
Actually,
Yadi Molina.
Actually, the name that's in my mind is
First of all,
Perez, wondering why we're paying him $20,000 a year to both not hit and suck behind the plate. But continue.
Scott, no.
Because you need that
it was Jeff Mathis was the name that I think we all had in our head of a guy that literally cannot hit a lick.
Yadi
but I
Molina
believe
mine,
did he not still Hall of Famer? Suck it. Did Jeff Mathis? I swear he got a ring last year, didn't he?
He did.
He played
He
one
did.
game for the Braves.
He did get a ring.
Which is phenomenal. And Scott, to the earlier point you were talking about.
Now, I don't know if. By the way, it's been a while for me. I don't know if y'all talked about that Braves World Series ring, but I was at the game where they handed those out. That's a absolutely wild ring. Anyway,
yeah, it is, dude. It like opens
Yeah.
up and pops out.
Yeah.
It's like a pop-up book.
That's
They put
crazy.
they put a model of the stadium inside with
the
rubies
ring, with working lights,
with rubies corresponding to the 11 home runs they hit in the World Series, corresponding to where they hypothetically landed. Which, I honestly, if I had to guess why that started, it's because they wanted some way to commemorate the absolute moonshot that Soler hit, and they're like, well, we kind of have to do the other ones.
Right, yeah.
No, those 11 rubies represented the 11 total parking spaces that are outside that stadium.
Yeah.
That
the 11 friends that were made along the way.
No, Scott, but earlier you were talking about like personal catcher and stuff, and I was reminded of that really funny anecdote of when Yu Darvish got traded to the Padres, and Victor Caratini texted him to be like, "Hey, tough break, heard you got traded," and then Yu Darvish texted him back like, "Hey man, like you know that you got traded too, right? Like, did you think like
you're not?
No,
you're
like
not,
you have a job because I exist. Like, there's no room to shit talk, pal. Like, you're coming with me."
That was actually like, if you want to
That's
talk,
so funny.
if you want to talk news that doesn't directly involve like a team I support that may be the saddest, it was Caratini and Darvish getting separated then when they traded him to when they traded Caratini to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
I was real bummed about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Dude, I don't understand how Juan Yepes has any semblance of speed or an arm, but he does. Like, I don't understand. He like has like a reasonable amount of speed and a decent arm. And I'm like, you're a primary first base DH. Like, I don't understand you.
This man just hits baseballs, and that's all he's meant to do.
Diego, man, I'm not kidding though.
Wow.
He had a couple.
Everyone in the dugout giving Pujols a high five for his what should have been a ground out and then getting thrown out at second. What just inspiration he is.
I do believe they ruled it a base hit though, didn't they, Scott?
I don't care. Why are we giving him a standing ovation?
You give a guy a high. He's like in his standing. Oh, they're high fiving because he got a hit.
Dude, they literally laid down a red carpet. Like, this is getting out of hand.
Scott is taking full advantage of the fact that we're not allowed to show the actual game on our screen here because
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, Pujols just got naked on in the dugout.
Dude, are they cooking him a ribeye right now? Is that a grill I see?
They put a crown on his head, dude. Like, what is this?
Are they setting up the red velvet like?
Oh, they're giving him a high five because he just tied for 9th all time in hits, dude. That's why they're giving him high fives. Because he just.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
That's still beyond stupid. Tied for 9th.
9th all time.
He's not even 9th yet.
Well, he is.
By himself.
Oh yeah, dude, what a poverty player, man. He's only 9th all time in hits in the entire history of
tied for
baseball.
9th. Wow, man. My life is way different than it was 5 minutes ago when he was still 10th. I'll tell you.
Scott, my life. Actually, let me count the days real quick. Can I do this math briefly?
Probably not.
Probably not. I'm gonna generously call it 372 days. My life was irrevocably changed 372 days ago when you and I were on stream together for the first time. It's been downhill ever since. So I gotta come on here once a week to hear Scott play
You
crybaby.
don't have to. This is when if I were in charge, I would have booted him. But just for
I love how
the
he's
compliment.
being a crybaby about me being a crybaby. That's hilarious.
It's nothing. It's literally nothing versus nothing here. Also, Bader.
Oh,
I
Yachty's
will-
up. This will go well.
I will donate $10 to a charity of Scott's choice if Molina doesn't end the inning right here.
Bader gets a base knock.
All he has to do is not end the inning.
If he, I'll
The charity of his choice is his wallet.
I'm the charity, Bucko.
No, we're on air. We're on air. No, real charity.
This is a guarantee.
Scott's charity is my
There's
wallet.
a guaranteed $10 to a charity. You got to name the charity before this ends. Your wallet is not.
No, this is a
Your
guaranteed
wallet.
out. He's ending the inning. This is a guaranteed out.
Okay, so do you not want $10?
No, I'm down to, yeah, for sure. Michigan Humane Society.
Michigan Humane Society it is.
By
They're a
the end of the
non-profit,
game,
not a
Carson
charity,
donated
but
10.
same thing.
Well, it's a Humane Society. Yeah, it very
Oh,
much
that's
counts.
$10,
Shout out.
MHS. Oh, he's safe.
Shout out everyone's local humane society.
Oh,
There you
he's
go.
Safe. Safe. Boo.
Also, yeah, I mean,
I thought
I
he
would
was
have. So did I.
Oh, whoa.
Technically, that would have given me a cop out because it would have been Molina, but I still would have donated because that's poor.
Did you guys catch the pitch distribution they put up? Well, I guess a minute
He
and
is
a half
safe.
ago. Since I'm that
At
far
this,
behind.
I believe I looked at it, but I didn't. I
I
didn't
don't
take
remember
stock.
it.
What'd you see?
He's
Ruben?
rocking 43 pitches as of what I'm looking at, and like 38 of them have been fastballs.
Okay,
That
well,
seems right.
there you go.
Now you know why.
The most
Now you know.
guaranteed outcome, maybe of all time.
Look, Scott, this is why you bet on. This is why. Exactly what we're talking about. Who knows? Is it you that? There's a writer here at Diamond Digest. The name's currently escaped me. That will place bets against their own team
That
because
is
if they.
not me. That is a.
That is unnamed Diamond Digest writer, I believe.
That
Oh
is-
yeah, I believe they're slandering me in the chat. By the way, after even though Wainwright is 1 earned through 3, I'm getting told he's cooked, and I'm like, this is exactly what he does every start. So that is the Michigan Humane Society, Scott. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, he was the final out, so like.
No, I'm just making sure I got the name right. I'm not.
No, I'm saying
challenging
you won. You don't have to pay anything.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
You said if
I
he
thought-
doesn't
okay.
end the inning, I will give $10.
See, now I look like a bad person, so I might just give $10
You should do
anyway.
that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I think
definitely
I
don't.
think that's the lesson to be
You should
learned.
do it.
Wait.
Here. What? I was gonna say that I lost my train of thought. Rudy said wait.
No, I had to work it out myself. Sorry. I'm all good. I'm caught
Yeah,
up
I was
now.
also like in the process of it and I forgot. I'm like trying to remember. Are you sure that's what he said? I don't remember.
It is what he said. I will bet Peyton's job at DD that the Cubs win this game.
Wait, so
That the Cubs win. So if the Cubs win,
this is a real
if the
predicament for
Cubs
me, isn't it?
win,
This is a real predicament for me,
if
isn't
the
it?
Cubs win, Peyton is still a member of Diamond Digest. Win, he's
He's done.
It's cooked.
And we have to find a new Peyton.
All that slander about Daddy's money from Peyton, and then when the Cardinals win this game, Peyton's gonna be, what can you do for me? No handouts for you, pal. No handouts for you. The shop is closed. The shop is closed.
Oh no.
Also, if anyone else is interested in donating to the Michigan Humane Society, first of all, do it. That's like a nice thing to do. They do say to cover processing fees, minimum of 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and give 20 just because that feels, because of processing fees. I don't want to I'm not shortchanging a bet. So
Well, there you go.
We'll put proof of Carson's donation on screen. By the end of
MHS.
Oh, I mean, I can. Well, I'm not gonna show you my credit card.
Don't reveal your information, Carson.
Yeah. Peyton's. This is again. See, all that slander. Peyton just had he had a pen out and ready to go.
Peyton is messaging me on essentially every platform that he to tell me to relax. I simply won't, and the bet stands.
It's
high curveball truther, by the way. No, MHS is awesome. I know, like my mom worked there for 30 years, 25, 30 years, so I know like everybody in there. It's great.
So
great organization.
I'm gonna cover it. The donate button is you can't see jack from there. Hold on, I'll send it.
I'll take your word for it, but
what we
will
put up on the screen before by the end of this game, we'll get a written note from Laz saying confirmation that upon the Cardinals winning this game, Peyton Ellison will indeed no longer be.
So it's mirrored, but I just thank you for changing a life. You'll be emailing you a donation receipt shortly.
There you go. Yeah, no.
If anyone else would like to take some money from me this evening for a charitable cause of their choosing, put it in the chat. Let's make some fun out of this. All right. If I'm gonna lose money, I'll lose it to some nonprofits, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, MHS.
It's not really losing money
great.
at that point. That's just
exactly yeah.
Yeah, let's just start. Let's just start
money
making bets to donate money to charity
or to donate to nonprofit.
That's the best way to have a gambling problem is if you're making it with charities in mind. Like, dude, I just can't help it. I keep giving money to Community, which is the Johnson County local food bank here in Iowa City. Volunteer if you can. I get emails every day asking for people if anyone has a minivan-sized vehicle, they need like a larger car to drive some food deliveries. So I'll also plug Community.
An Idaho one, the Boise Public Library. Or the Friends of the Boise Public Library.
Nice.
There you
also
go. Shout out public libraries, man.
I have volunteered with them a few times, and they do a lot of cool stuff. They got a lot of cool stuff. And they raise money for books to help local schools and such.
Go books.
Awesome.
Rudy, where in DuPage County are you gonna put your
Shout
money?
out to
well, if I've got the quote unquote local charity on my mind is actually Atlanta area.
Oh, okay.
And I volunteered there once. We did a volunteer thing for my crew team, and it's a thrift store that donates like a lot of their proceeds go towards supporting LGBT youth in Atlanta. It's called Lost and Found Youth.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
nice.
That's fantastic.
Happy Pride, by the way.
Happy Pride, yeah.
Happy Pride Month every year.
Yeah, man.
Good things they're doing over there. So
Those are good things.
For sure.
Shout out local nonprofits, charities, and all the sort.
Shout out Adam Wainwright getting Babbitts to hell. This makes me so happy.
Yeah, tough scenes for the boy presently.
Okay, no. If you want to talk about Babbitts to hell,
Tyler Rogers. Anyway.
Thank you, Jim, for the claps in the chat. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm always down to lose money for a good cause. That's tough. That's a tough knock to lose it on, you know?
That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Makes me happy. Makes me smile.
Scott, I know that you have like so little to desperately cling to these days, but like, you know.
In the sports world, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big time.
I'd never attack your personal life, Scott. You lead a robust and fulfilling personal life.
Well,
I was so hoping Scott was just going to say, "You don't know me."
Debatable, sure. I certainly don't have anything in the sports world, and that's public. So
that's public knowledge.
You may have another Iowa Hawkeye legend on your hoops team here.
See, the problem is, I think. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think it might be a 1-for-1 trade of Iowa products there. I'm not sure. Garza
I think Mr. Luca Garza is your 2022, 2023 most improved player, sixth man, defensive player of the year.
Okay, that's just such a bad thing,
all of them. He's going to win every award you possibly can.
See, I think he's the 2022-2023 starting Grand Rapids Cruise.
I was going to say, he could be G League MVP. I might give him that.
I also
That's
think
probably the most realistic.
there's a decent chance after the draft, depending on what we do, that he's just not.
I know. But I don't know. I mean, I really think, obviously, personal investment, go Burr moment, but I would really like Keegan Murray on the Pacers because there's actually a positional
He's a
need for
Piston,
him. So,
sadly.
I mean, listen, man, if he goes, here's the thing, right? So, obviously, like the pro basketball conflict, I'm still an Iowa Hawkeye. I'm currently, I'm in grad school. I'm still an Iowa Hawkeye. So, like, seeing the Iowa Hawkeyes in men's basketball prosper is like never going to happen again. So I hope he goes 1-1. So if he gets to the Pistons, fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the mix there. This is the most, in my eyes, the most stereotypical Wayno at bat ever currently happening. We have We have high 80s cutter, a 4 mile an hour curveball, fouled off outside, then ball, and then we're just going back to the well for the cutter outside. Oh, and it's a BABIP moment. Let's go. That'll bring
man.
A run.
Oh, good.
You're about half.
It was about time for the BABIP to start coming through because the Cubs had like a 4.17 BABIP and 3 hits before that. So
goodness.
Or a 417 XBA, sorry, and like 3 hits before that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, last inning they strung together
that's pretty much
400, 710, 560, 590 XBA and got zilch.
Hey, who says the Jason Hayward contract is bad, right?
Me.
Anyone with a working pair of eyeballs, including the entire blind community, would also say.
Says that's a bad deal. I mean, that was a great AB.
Thank you, Diego. I appreciate that one.
That was a great AB. I say he's worth every penny.
I do too. Yeah.
I'd say he's worth pennies. Yes.
I've
multiple.
I've hashed and seen this discussion rehashed so many times that I can't entertain it any longer.
What discussion?
Jason Hayward and the contract.
There isn't a discussion to be had.
Now there's not, but I mean the first few years of the deal there certainly was.
Not even. Look at the numbers. Look at the lines. Not even.
No, okay.
It was bad.
Looking back at them, yes, he was bad. But in game 82 of his second year, people are still going to be arguing about it, obviously, is my point.
Well, he's still winning Gold Gloves. Yeah. Everyone talks about the speech. It's always the speech. Now...
The speech.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point... I don't know. You can't... It's just, but
I don't know.
It's tough. And then obviously, I mean, 2020 is a 130 WRC plus hitter.
Hey,
that's solid.
Don't know where that just vanished again, but.
Well, you said 2020, right? That barely counts as is.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I don't know.
Happens. I already feel
it's all right. It's all right. We move.
He just magically had a walk rate 5% higher than any other season in his career, and then never again.
It happens. Also, just random thing, Carson. This is a you question. Why does Sosa wear 63? Because he's like a
yes. So
is there an
okay.
actual reason?
So yes. So when he got called up and stuff, he obviously wore 63, and then I want to say it was like Matt Holliday during spring training this year. He pulled maybe not Holiday. Who was it? It was like a Cardinals guy that's been fairly. It might have been Matt Holiday. He pulled Lars Edmundo Sosa aside and was like, "Guys, think about changing the number, maybe to something a little more memorable." Because Lars was wearing 68 last year, which I think looked good. When your name is Lars Nootbaar and you're wearing number 68, I think it looks better.
You should be wearing 68.
Than when you're. I agree, but that's neither here nor there. And Edmundo just said that he just really likes 63. He just really likes the number, and he got randomly assigned it, and so
it's unique for sure.
He told the Cardinals I like the number. I'm content. I'm chilling with 63. So I'm glad that Edmundo is confident.
Dude's
Confident with 63.
Dude's a big 9x7 enthusiast. He looked at his multiplication table. He was like, yes.
For sure.
That's the
Also,
one.
if I'm thinking about this, I'm pretty sure that numbers 3, 6, and 9 are all retired by the Cardinals. No, 3's not. DC wears 3, but I know 6 and 9 are retired by the Cardinals, so it's
Nice.
not like he could. Yeah.
Nice. That is nice.
Nice.
Who wore those?
Stan Musial and Eno Slaughter.
Okay, I knew Stan. I didn't know the other one.
Eno Slaughter's like 26.
No. I know who Slaughter is. I'm saying I didn't know. I
Didn't
knew
know
Stan
9.
wore one of those 2 numbers. I didn't know who the other one is. My fault.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that's something. Whenever there's like a number that seems out of place, I'm like, especially for a guy like Sosa's like he's not going back down. Like he's here to stay. Is he not? What you talk about, I would think.
So I want you to think about our current roster, and I want you to know that currently, Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, and Jack Flaherty are all rehabbing and are going to be back in the next 10 to 14 days.
Is Sosa not playing like every day?
No, he's not. Our
Is he
start.
not?
If the Cardinals, if I could build I texted a good friend of the program and fellow DD contributor Will Arvin. This is my ideal Cardinals lineup right now, given how the fellas are hitting. It like when healthy, like this is like next week when we get both those guys back. I want Edman at short, Gorman at second, Goldie at first, Nato at third, Donovan/Yepes DHing depending on the matchup.
Forgot about Gorm.
O'Neill in left, Carlson in right, Molina behind the dish, Bader in center. That's my ideal Cardinals lineup.
Why'd you go left, right, catcher, center when you listed those?
That was in the order of the batting order.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
So I
at
want
the beginning.
like Edman and Gorman up the middle, and like there are arguments been made of like, oh, Gorman should be DHing, and I'm like, he still is like literally learning how to play second base. We've all watched the highlights. He's not learning how to hit. Like, I'm not worried about the bat. I'm worried about the glove. So I'm trying to get him as much run time at second base as we can.
Gotcha.
Wait,
I just kind of
what's
assume
the problem with
the way you talk about it.
Why does he need to learn second base? Why can't he just be a DH?
Because he came up as a third. I don't want to limit him positionally because we're gonna get to a point in the next couple seasons where Jordan Walker's
eventually going to be the greatest DH to ever live. So
but
you
if
can't
Jordan
really
Walker
hog that
maybe
spot.
wants to play first base and Goldschmidt wants to DH towards the tail end of his contract, like you need to think about that. And so Gorman,
Yeah,
You're gonna have to still work Yachty and Pujols in there at that point too.
Well, no, because it's
like 5 years.
very highly publicized that they're retiring at the end of the year.
They could change their mind.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, sure.
Quote on.
I think they're keep
Quote-
in startering. I got one.
Quote unquote 42-year-old.
That's the least shocking thing that would happen.
Quote
Wait, quote unquote what?
Quote unquote 42-year-old.
Oh, he's
42.
comfortably
He's comfortably
45. I was gonna say 44 or 45. If you guys want a fun
47
experiment,
years
I
old.
encourage you all to go on Google Image and look up Albert Pujols' senior year of high school. That brother has a full beard. He has a
wild.
full, not just a full beard. It's sculpted and lined. Like it is not like.
Hey, just
Yeah,
because
that's
you're a
crazy.
senior in high school doesn't mean you don't know how to line up your facial hair.
Diego, I want you
I
to
can't
know
grow a
that
beard till
I'm
college.
about to be a senior in college and I still can't grow a beard. Like,
Yeah, like it's not.
That's fair.
I'm 24 and I can't grow a beard. What are we talking about?
That's unfortunate for you guys. I'm sorry.
It is, man. No, it is.
Big beard,
It is.
beard fan. I gotta shape it up tonight. Actually, I'm going to a wedding tomorrow.
Serious question for the Sunday Night Watch Party crew. Who's winning the championships of the other two sports on? I hope the NBA folds, and I hope the Edmonton Oilers pull it out.
If I was a Pacers fan, I would have that.
You bet your ass you
That's
would,
fair.
pal.
Yeah.
No, it's like,
That's gotta
so
be
one of my
amazing.
buddies
Really
texted
good
something really funny about the NBA Finals matchup where it's like,
Could you imagine if the Pacers ever made it here?
no, I don't have to
That's
imagine that happened in my
pretty
life.
much-
Happened in my
pretty
lifetime.
much
Don't have to imagine it.
Pretty
Happened
much
during my
impossible.
lifetime.
You don't remember it.
So it still counts.
Yeah. Happy
You were in
count.
First of all,
You were puking
First of
all
all,
over your parents.
was not. Never have. Never have.
Yes, you were.
You were never in diapers? Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. No. His they don't call them diapers in his household. They're like
What?
you know the difference.
No. There's
You know the
no
difference
direction you can.
like McDonald's napkins
What?
and then like restaurant napkins. Those are his diapers. He has like crazy $500 like lined like sheet like really fancy. And they don't
So
even
we've
call
gone
them
from
diapers.
McDonald's napkins to bed sheets for this attempted roast.
Well,
I just want to make. I'm trying to follow along. Listen, John Paul Gaultier, I'm just trying to follow along your design vision
Diego
here.
followed it.
I followed that perfectly
Diego
fine,
followed
yeah.
Oh Lord in heaven! There's not.
Anyway,
The thing that my friend texted that was, it's not even worth. Is it worth mentioning? It was just funny and saying
you
like,
have to at this point.
yeah, it's like Jason Tatum winning a ring would be cool, but also Bill Simmons would never shut. We get one would never shut the fuck up, and like that. I really got to think about that one. Like that's a lot to weigh on my conscience, is knowing that Bill Simmons will achieve joy in this world, and like that's a heavy toll to pay, and I don't know if it's worth it.
That's fair.
Also, I love Steve Kerr, the
Warriors,
person.
So.
Yeah, but I love Steve Kerr as a person. So
It's Warriors in 5. We don't even need to talk about it.
wow,
Give me Celtics in 7.
It's Warriors.
$20 to the Michigan Humane Society says it's the Celtics, Scott.
All
All
right,
right, you heard it here first.
I'll give 20 to whatever food thing you said earlier.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
Warriors. Community Crisis Center in Johnson County. That's what I was.
There you go. I'll give 20 if the Warriors don't. If the Celtics win the series. Period,
yes, that's the bet. If the Warriors
20.
win it, I'll give another 20 to the Michigan Humane Society.
Also, I'm a big fan of the Rockies jerseys, and I don't know why.
I wanted to talk
Can
about
I offer?
I was gonna bring them up earlier. I tried to, but I forgot.
That I like them. They also are their like license plate.
Oh,
which I think is like
well,
a cool,
Scott, you weren't here. Diego and I, was it Diego and I? We said Diego. I'm like, the hat thing was so smart because everyone and their mother in the state is gonna buy that hat.
Yeah.
Like, genius.
It's a sick hat. I love that.
Absolutely.
The hat's gonna be so
I love
popular.
everything. I think it's
like.
great.
I'm gonna buy that. Like.
Yeah.
I personally just don't.
What?
I personally just don't.
You're a hack.
Love
I am.
the.
You're right.
I don't. I'm 50-50 on the green pants. I'm 50-50 on it.
But what
I love the jersey, but I wonder how maybe a white pants would look.
Probably pretty good.
See, I am so pro
Colored pants.
like not just white or
Okay.
gray pants. Like
Yes, I usually
pro
am. Like I love
that-
the I love the
Dodgers.
colors.
Now,
Those were gross.
Like I love Vandy's jerseys, like Vanderbilt's
Their
jerseys
new
are
logo
like incredible,
reeks,
like the
though.
black.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it's
that's
sick.
awful.
It does.
The,
No, it does. It's really bad.
The purple piping on the green pants is
it's a choice.
is what gets it for me. That's
For me, I would have gone with a white pant, purple belt, green piping.
This is crazy.
I
That's
think
going to
I
tie the
agree
ball
with
game.
Carson.
This is nuts. How many just like line drives up
Well,
the middle we are
it's too
seeing in this
too
game.
low
This is
velo,
actually
you know.
insane. Yeah, for sure. But like,
Also,
golly, we're in the top of the 5th, and we've seen like 9.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
that is an
also, dude,
absolute. So I'm still a play behind, and just an absolutely terrible play by Schwindel.
Oh yeah, really rough.
I don't know how you let
Yeah,
that ball
defense.
through
yeah,
at first
really
base.
rough.
That is like first base 101.
Rudy's behind me even, and I think that's kind of
I
wild.
will say every time, it's crazy for me because it's like a nightly basis because I watch every Cardinals game. Like Paul Goldschmidt's speed at his age, like, because people forget he had like a 30 stolen base season. Like, I mean, that was like 7 years ago, but I'm still like, how do you have this much in the tank still? Like, I'm just amazed at how he's been able to retain that as well as he has.
Yeah,
Because he's always been a great base runner, but.
Yeah. But also, I want to go back to the Colorado
Yes.
unis real quick. So, I like them, but I feel like they could have done something different and cooler, because the Colorado flag is just so sick.
it is.
That
I
is
wanted
true.
Have you seen the Colorado State, the state of Colorado jerseys? The football jerseys.
The UC Boulder jersey?
Yes.
Yes. No, Colorado. These I haven't pulled up. These.
Those are hard.
No, they're
Those are
nasty,
real
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I wanted them to do something similar-ish to that.
Well,
Okay,
so
yeah.
And that's what I was hoping
has
for.
any other team used the license plate though? Because I do think, as far as you want to
No,
talk
there's no way.
so you want to talk a distinctive license plate that actually has like enough
Right.
character to put on a jersey, right? Because like California is a distinctive license plate, but you can't make a jersey out of that. Hawaii maybe a distinctive license plate, but it's mostly just a rainbow. Like,
Whoa. Respect those Hawaii throwbacks they wore against Ohio State like 7 or 8 years ago.
Those are hard.
The Rainbow Warriors, those were
hard.
dirty unis, man. Those are
all I'm
dirty.
saying is I really like the concept of using a license plate to inspire a jersey.
Yeah,
And Colorado is
it's
like
really
the prime
good.
location to do that.
I look forward to the Cubs City Connect redesign using the Illinois license plate, so just a big fat picture of Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln, yep. No, that's
Let's go.
That's what
On
I'm
the
saying,
chest, on the chest, this big, just no number on the
Abe.
front. I want
Abe.
Abe Lincoln's face.
And
Or just
so-
the word Abe.
so
Just the
that's
word Abe.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Is like no other state has a license plate you can do that with.
No, you're right. You're right. And like I do like the jerseys a lot. Don't get me wrong. I like the jerseys a lot. I just thought the state flag could have been really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like, like they are good jerseys. The license plate is not the direction I thought they would go at all. But I also see a lot of Colorado license plates being close to the state. And like they're always cool license plates. Whenever I see them, I'm like, oh, it's a Colorado. They're cooler than Idaho's. That's for sure. But like,
Don't let Garrett
I
or
like
John hear what I'm about to say, but the Falcons also announced that they're bringing back the red throwback helmet this year, and that's gas because that's a sick helmet. So I am.
the red with like the old school Falcon on the side.
Yep, that's coming back this year, and I'm
I
excited.
can't
for that.
wait
I gotta
for
check this out.
Dallas
I haven't
to re-announce the white with the plain blue star, the old ones that you wore for.
I like associate that.
Thanksgiving.
We got
I
a ball game,
associate
by
that
the way.
with.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was watching the play. I associate that with Tony.
I
Romo.
literally thought I froze
No.
out of Skype. I
It
was
was
like,
just
what just
Carson
happened?
thinking.
June is mental health.
Because I can't
June
see
is mental
Ruby
health
and
awareness
both of
month,
them
and for
stuff,
those
like,
of you that also have ADHD, you guys just saw exactly what that looks like in real time because the thing that I like to watch happen in front of me. So I stopped everything I was doing to watch Albert Pujols ground out to God knows who you guys have playing up the middle.
Hey, how is Magical Ben, by the way,
Oh, it's
Rudy?
Magical.
Nicky 3 strikes.
I actually don't know how like
yeah,
he's been any gooder.
Admittedly, this year have not been watching a whole lot, but I think people are not like he is far from
yeah.
drawing the most ire on the team, but I don't
Sure.
think people are
ire
particularly
could-
Scott, would you-
satisfied.
Sorry. So Rudy, I can fill you in if you would like. Nick Madrigal has a 50 OPS plus on the season.
Yeah, he's not doing well. But
So-
I think largely the consensus is like he hasn't played full time.
What's his batting
Um,
average?
223.
Oh,
That could be
okay.
worse.
I was gonna say if that's like a Harold Castro line where it's like, he has a 600 OPS but he's batting 300, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, if you're hitting 220, that's not great.
I think on the whole, it's a whole combination of he's got like at least 2 partial seasons of much better offense than this. I don't know. I don't really know where expectations are actually. He has been hitting really pretty poorly this year, but overall, it's hard to say that the combination of Nick Madrigal and Cody Hoyer will not in the long run be worth giving up Kimbrel.
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Kimbrel's
I
been
don't-
bad this year, though, if that makes you feel any better.
Well, no, I'm just saying, the Cubs sold Kimbrel at the perfect time, got 2 very good young players under team control.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
it's very, very difficult to foresee
Oh,
the
no.
trade looking poorly for the Cubs in the future.
Right.
For sure. No, I agree with that. It's wild to me, the Cubs, like the sell off of everybody, and then like how just blank the lineup was in the second half of last year, and then
Well,
like this year they get Stroman, and people are like, oh, like, I'm not saying they were intelligent people, but they're like, oh, like, watch out for the Cubs. Like, maybe, like, could be somewhat decent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like this. I feel like this team still has a lot of holes on it. It is not as as close to competitive.
The day the Cubs have a starting pitcher that can crack 95 is the day we can start like maybe having a cover. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was thinking about it.
How has Stroman been this year, by the way? I actually have no clue how Stroman's
Scott, he's been just terrible. Scott, he's been just miserable.
Pretty bad.
He's been ass.
So, like, I know his last start. Was that against the Cubs?
Yeah. We tagged him for 9 earned.
Yeah.
That's a lot of runs.
I watched that game.
Yeah.
Diego, as the resident math
don't
expert,
know.
you would say that's a lot?
That's a lot of runs.
Okay. Just wanted to check and make sure.
I don't know.
Also, Rudy, this is your answer. You want a starting pitcher of the future that throws at least 95? Drew Gray. All right? Your third-round pick.
In case you didn't know.
That's the guy right there.
We talk about it every week, in case you didn't know.
I do talk. I mean,
I don't blame
until he
you
debuts.
at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's so
I
much.
would too,
It's
if I had
like
a cousin.
it's like crazy because like so summer 2020, it was like, oh yeah, he might transfer to IMG. Like he got like reached out by them. Like maybe he'll go. Like, and he was still like a firm Arkansas commit. And then 10 months later, I'm like watching the draft, and I'm like, did Drew just go round 3, top 100 overall? Oh my God.
That is crazy.
So, you know what is interesting, though? Going back to Stroman, looking a little bit, because I'm looking at some of his stats, and literally, like, compared to his career numbers, like, the only thing that's really going wrong for him right now is allowing a little bit more fly ball, like, a little bit higher home run per fly ball rate, more fly balls, and so a lot more home runs than he's allowed typically.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which is kind of all pretty strange with the ball that we're seeing this year.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Yeah. Well, until June 1st.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't remember, Carson, and I'm just giving you the opportunity to lay it on thick here without wanting to, but I don't remember. It wasn't really home runs that were his problem the other day.
No.
Well, he had the one.
He gave up the one.
I don't remember.
I mean, because for those of you that don't follow the Twitter account, Would It Dong, I highly recommend that you do.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite accounts on Twitter.
Like
let me tell you, as a Comerica.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows. It's
routine flyout in Comerica.
We have like a meme in our fan base, and it's a picture of like Kopov from like a bird's eye view, and it says, Comerica Park holds in your fraud home run, and it's like anything that's 29 of 30. That thing is spammed like a million times.
So what's been really cool?
I love that.
What's been really cool, and what I've been very, very happy with Nolan Gorman is every single home run he's hit has been 30 for 30. Like he is not getting cheapies. So Rudy, no, home runs were not his issue. However, what broke the floodgates open for his start going from like you know how sometimes if you're like a workhorse starting pitcher, you'll see like 7 innings, 5 earned runs, and you're like, all right, clearly it was just a bad day, and they just kind of, hey, our bullpen's kind of light. I'm really sorry, man. You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
They were going to do that with him, and then Nolan Gorman deposited one 450 feet into the right field bleachers. So, no, home runs were not the issue. I really think it just... I don't know. I'm a very big believer in writing off year one of a big acquisition for a guy. Like, you'll get 2019 Goldschmidt, and you're like, ugh, that was, like, good, but not what we thought we were going to get. 2021 Arenado, same deal, It's like, oh, he had a 4 F4 season. Like, he was a good player. And it's like, yeah, but, like, that's not what we traded for. And then this year, his OPS is 70 points higher. And, like, Goldschmidt obviously has been hitting like a prime teammate of his, if I'll be so bold. So I don't know. I'm willing to give Stroman kind of the year off because the Cubs are kind of retooling.
Well,
I'm curious to see what he does next year. That to me is the big test of like, what does he have to give you guys?
And he's rocking the best strikeout rates of his career, at least by a little bit. His walk rates compare favorably. It's literally only he has lost like he's giving up like 20% fewer ground balls than his kind of heyday with the Blue Jays, and that's what that was his.
Well,
thing.
that was
yeah.
his thing. I mean,
yeah.
he was a
so
ground ball
he's
pitcher.
like totally lost. Like his ground ball to fly ball rate for a couple of years was like about 3. In 2015, it was 3.5, and this year it's 1.3.
Well, and a part of me does wonder how much of that goes into like my franchise is the single biggest merchant of this that you will ever see of guys that you look at any advanced numbers. Shout out Christian and Dakota Hudson. You look at their advanced numbers and you're like, it's truly inexplicable how Dakota Hudson has a 2.96 ERA on the year. It, by all accounts, should make no sense, and it's the defense. And part of me wonders if Stroman knows that the Cubs Wisdom does not start at third for you guys because he's a glove first guy.
The Cubs don't have the defense is not
part
there.
Part of me wonders if he's maybe overcompensating and is trying to maybe shy away from the ground ball a little bit, and he just needs to get back to it and just trust that the defense will be good enough.
But yes, I think you're right. I think that's that approach can only take you so far, especially when like I'm trying to remember. I guess he did have like in Toronto, he did have like Donaldson behind him for a while, but those weren't like knockout defenses, were they? I don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, they had like Tulo at shortstop.
Yeah, like old Tulo on his last like he was not playing in front of like.
Who was the second baseman on those
teams?
Was it
Randall Grichuk? No, he's an outfielder.
The second baseman on the mid-2010s Blue Jays?
Your mother.
Oh.
They had, oh my gosh, what was his name?
I don't know, like...
Scott?
It was,
no, I know who you're thinking about.
For a little bit, it was Devin Travis. I don't know, because...
No,
yes.
Former Tiger.
I know exactly who you're thinking about, Rudy, and I can't remember the name either.
This is the second game this season with no strikeouts through 5 innings. And the other game is the Cardinals game 3 to 4.
Am I crazy that his first name was Ryan? Ryan Goins.
Oh, Ryan Goins.
There you go.
There,
That's
it. Is it not Ryan? Man, I'm not even going to say. Apparently, I've been pronouncing his name wrong.
We do Goins.
I've been pronouncing it like it rhymed with loins for many years. That's a tough look.
Ryan Goins.
No, Rudy's definitely right there.
It's Goins.
Is Wilson good? What's going on here?
Sometimes your brain reads things
wrong. He's just getting baseballs. The new pitch comp. Okay.
But yeah, okay. Here's kind of the point I'm trying to make. So 2017 is probably Marcus Stroman's career year, and his infield defense behind him. He's still got Josh Donaldson, 31-year-old Josh Donaldson, pretty good. And then the rest of the infield defense is Ryan Goins at shortstop, Justin Smoke at first. Anyone want to take a crack of who the primary second baseman was on the 2017 Blue Jays?
Was it not Devin Travis?
Jose Reyes?
Devin Travis rode the bench. He got a solid 200 plate appearances.
Am I wrong with Jose Reyes? Because he was on the Blue Jays.
Yes, it is. It was not Jose Reyes.
Dang. Thought I had that one.
Was
it Brett Lowry?
No. And it was Joe Panic was not on the team.
He was on the Blue Jays.
I really thought it was Devin Travis. I guess maybe I'm a year off. Maybe Travis's last year he started.
That was definitely
2017, right?
2017, and if I had to pick one other team to associate this guy with, it would be the Cubs.
Eric Sogard.
No.
Darwin Barney.
Yep, there you go, Diego. Darwin Barney.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a name. That is a name.
I love Darwin Barney.
Wasn't Darwin Barney supposed to be like
he's supposed to
good,
be a dude?
Rudy?
Was he?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he
because like he had a decent. I don't know if it was his whole rookie year or like a decent couple month stretch there. And I remember people were like,
I thought his ceiling was like 2.5 WAR, 3 WAR, like everyday player.
Now, granted, this is the 2011 to 2013 Cubs, but he was a full-time starter and never had an OPS above 666.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
So
nice.
maybe as a prospect, sure, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like he's.
Sure,
I thought he was like a super highly touted prospect.
He did win a Gold Glove. in 2012. He did win a Gold Glove.
Yeah, I remember
at
that
second
one
base.
play. He made that
Darwin
one
Barney.
play in like right field where he like ran all the way out to right.
Yeah,
field.
he
Maybe-
robbed Dan
here,
Ugla.
let
He
me-
ended Dan Ugla's 33-game hit streak with that.
Yeah.
Let me try and dig and find
Nice pull,
actual
Scott. Nice
defensive-
pull.
Let me try
Unlocked
and
a
dig,
memory there.
because supposedly then he's not half bad at second base, but this is his age 31 season.
I thought he was
and
supposed to be.
the year he retired.
Because I remember the Cubs broadcaster calling Darwin Barney the most hated man in the state of Georgia. Like, I
Yeah.
remember that just sticking with me.
Giants legend Dan Ugla.
And his name is Dan Ugla.
That's also just elite.
Man, those
And
2017
his
Blue
name's
Jays.
Dan Ugla.
They gave 362 plate appearances to a 59
I know
WRC
this-
plus Darwin Barney.
I need
That is
still
tough
to have a
looks.
bad start.
Pull up the Fangraphs. What was the defense like? Was it good defense? Is that why you got those PAs?
With the Cubs, yes, it was good defense. With the Blue Jays,
Not with the
no.
Jays?
No,
Okay.
he was a full -1 WAR pretty much that year.
Ooh. Speaking
So
of
to your point
ooh,
though,
sorry, Scott.
that doesn't. No. I'm just like back to the original point. That's not a great defense. That Stroman was just like ground ball machine in.
And he had a great
Ah.
year.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The point that I was going to make is, so I was going to transition. Speaking of guys that have had -1 WAR seasons, what I presumed to be the dead, buried, long gone corpse of Matt Carpenter. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a WRC plus, I believe, if he hasn't had another start, at one point this week, like into the weekend, was 252.
Yeah, he homered
He
this
was-
weekend too.
I hate it.
He hit
He
like
has five hits.
home runs
He has
this
5
year.
hits
It's like-
on the year. It's 4 absolute, like, not cheap home runs, not even Yankee Stadium
shots.
ones, and 1 bunt single.
They
That's
were-
it. His straight chart is ludicrous.
Yeah, Carson, the WRC plus is up to 258 actually.
God, I hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he homered again against us
Actually,
on Saturday.
I don't hate it. I'm glad that he's finding success, but
No, don't stop pretending. No,
I'm glad he's not on the Cardinals. I'll put it that way.
High curveball
That's
truther.
That's a
Sit down, Harrison Bad.
tough pitch. Scott, I say it every week. I know you dream at night of him patrolling the beautiful grass of Comerica Park. So,
Hey,
shut your mouth.
nope, I have nothing
Riley
nice
Green
to say
too.
about him ever.
Okay.
Yeah, you made a pact. I've never said anything.
You've never said no. Of course not. Of course not. I am merely speaking.
Also, yeah, Riley Green's up in the next like 100.
On my fantasy team. I am
yeah.
jazzed because I
Yeah,
had
I'm so
I-
excited for Riley
because
Green.
I had to
So-
trade Jordan Walker for him, Scott. So I want you to know
Wow.
how good I
that's the
think
right
Riley
call.
Green is.
Yeah,
That's how
the
good
right
I
call.
think Riley Green is. I also have
Yeah,
Arenado
you're
and
correct,
Bobby
you're
Witt
correct.
at third base, so I didn't need Jordan.
So here's the schedule for the week. We got off day Monday.
Okay.
Two game
Everyone-
set.
oh
2 game set in Pittsburgh.
See the high curveball.
yeah,
maybe?
I finally saw the high curveball.
That's a great pitch, man. That's
It's
a
a
fantastic.
nice
It's a good pitch, yeah.
High curveball truthers.
I love.
So
a
we
good
have
curve.
off day. We have off day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have I think only a 2 game set against Pittsburgh, and then weekend series
home.
home again. And yeah, then we have another off day Thursday, and then weekend series home against Toronto.
So
And I
I'm gonna
think-
guess. I'm gonna predict Saturday call. You debut
No,
Saturday.
I think they'll do it on the off day because then they have time to send whoever they're demoting down to Toledo and all that and not stress out about it.
Shout out Toledo, Ohio, by the way.
So tomorrow.
So no, I think it's okay. So we actually have
Could be
our roster's a disaster.
Well,
so
Scott,
we have,
with ticket sales,
that.
the front
we have
office made.
92 injuries, and like some of them are supposed to be like Austin Meadows. I think will make the trip to Pittsburgh. I think he's coming back tomorrow.
He's been looking all right in his rehab, yeah.
Yeah, he's looked really good. He had vertigo, which was like that was like scary, and glad that he's having no symptoms at all now and is like seems to be out of it and fine. But that's like, I mean, like vertigo is something
That's
that
not good.
has ruined careers. Like some people have had for like their whole lives. So I'm glad that he just one stint on the 10-day and seems to be fine. But So I think he comes back on the Monday off day, and then I think they let Riley have a couple more because they're in Toledo still this week. So I think they let him have a couple ABs throughout the week in Toledo, and then Thursday off day, easy trip up north. And I think he debuts this upcoming weekend in Comerica against Toronto.
Can we, real quick, while we're talking about exciting, thrilling future stars in baseball, Grayson Rodriguez getting shut down is so devastating.
Sucks.
Like when they, I was so upset when they called Adley up and didn't call Grayson up too, because I was like, how electric would it be if they were like, hey, guess what?
Battery.
A battery MLB debut. Like, come on, man. And they didn't do it, and I'm like, are they gonna call Grayson up at all this year? And then now he's probably cooked for the entire year now. It's like,
yeah.
Because I think the GM said he'll compete for a rotation spot in 23, and I'm like, it's your fault. You should have called him up when you called Adley up, and then magically his lat would not have been close to going through an injury. I'm sure that the gods would have spared him, but man, that sucks. That took the wind out of my sails seeing that.
Hey, so I also have to ask, Scott, it must feel good. What's it like to have a guy just tearing it up in AAA and you actually have hope that your organization will have the competence to call him up?
Well, see, here's the thing. The only reason that it's happening is because Torque is already up. If Torque was not in the majors, that we would still be in the same boat we were in last year when he was killing it and we didn't call him up. So I think they're at this point they're like, well, Torque's clock has started, so we might as well just get everybody up here now. I think it's more of that.
Riley did y'all a favor and manipulated the service time for him the same way that
by breaking his foot.
Yeah, Adley did the same favor for Baltimore.
Wait, so you're telling me that the Royals putting Bobby Witt Jr. on the opening day lineup and having him hit at the top of the order.
Oh, right.
And then now they've got Vinny Pasquantino.
MJ's up.
And MJ's up. And now they got Vinny Pasquantino and Nick Pratto both tearing it up in the upper levels of the minors.
Such Goodfellas extras names, by the way.
And they don't want to call them up because they don't want to put the pressure of getting the big league offense running on rookies. That makes sense.
Logic makes literally zero sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want our offense running on the most capable hitters in our organization. So.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God! This famous painters graphic. That was everything. That was everything. That was phenomenal.
So yes, if you want,
I'm excited to see it.
If you want.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
If you want to know above all other things that are cause for asking what the hell the Royals are doing right now. The one that takes the cake is why is this guy who's 24 years old hitting for a 160 WRC plus in AAA not getting major league cuts right now? That takes the cake.
Yeah, I'm calling that guy up for sure.
That's really stupid.
The two guys that are
that graphic is
two guys that are hypothetically blocking him at the major league level are not combining or are barely combining for 100 WRC plus right now. Like barely.
Yeah. What is that whole cutscene?
Oh yeah, the
painter.
That was so corny, dude. That was so corny.
Got it.
It made me physically upset. It actually made me mad. Like I was actually angry.
Oh, dude, okay. That's the biggest merchant
of all guys.
The famous painters to choose. Yeah, I don't know,
all guys
man.
to do it for. Why Waino? Like, nothing wrong with him. Nothing against the guy.
Because he's relied on, like, the frayed ligaments of a 65-year-old man for the last 3 years. Like, let's not act
have I. Where's my...
Scott, I don't see you contributing to division-winning ball clubs. That's what
we'll get Will to make you a famous painter.
Carson, this organization hasn't won the division since 2015?
Nope. Try again.
Or was it
13?
No. Nope. You're going the wrong direction, Scott. It was 2019.
Okay.
09.
No, we lost to the Dodgers in the division round.
2006.
Hell of a year. Hell of a year!
They didn't even win the division that year.
In 2006, we won the division.
No, they won 82 games and won the division.
Oh.
Not in 2006.
Wow.
Not in 2006.
No,
not in
06 was
2006.
literally an 82 winning division team.
And how many games did the Tigers win that year, Scott?
2006, we would have won 97.
Okay.
Oh, random thing I just thought of.
Also, the
Tigers,
AL
though.
Central. Sorry, Diego. The AL Central. Oh, he's out. That's a gunner.
Brendan Donovan rope.
What a play. The AL
I have to
Central in 2006.
Oh my God,
had
a gauntlet.
The Minnesota Twins won 101 games. That was like prime Torrey Hunter, prime Morneau, prime Mauer.
Was
like
that MVP
on-
Morneau?
all on one team?
Or MVP, not MVP Mauer, but
No, it wouldn't have been Mauer. It might have been MVP Morneau. That was either 05 or 06. So you had all three of those dudes on the same team, like great pitching. I think Johan was still on the Twins.
oh yeah, by 2006
Yeah.
he was. I think that
So-
was his last year actually, because he wasn't on the
Yeah, I
Mets. I
think
can
so, too.
guarantee you he wasn't on the Mets in 2006.
So like a lethal Minnesota Twin, over 100 wins. Obviously they do Twins things in the playoffs, but great team. Then
the Cubs are challenging that. He got cooked by a mile.
Yeah, that's really
That's
stupid.
I
logo,
regret
by
to
the way.
inform you that I decided to look up the 2006 Royals, and I will now be signing off for the evening. It's been wonderful, gentlemen.
So hold on.
Because Rhea's running our whole broadcast.
So it's-
Yachty, yeah, I'm sorry, real quick on the field. This is a horrible challenge to use right now. Like
Yes,
it's
it
like
That's
full speed, he's out. Slow motion, he's out.
He's so out. Yeah.
Like
that's-
he's cooked. He is a Sunday dinner. He is cooked
yeah, he's
beyond
out
belief.
quite a lot.
Do you have so
Not even
Do you have
close.
so little hope in your ability to score another run in this game that you care so much
Yeah.
about this one?
You're gonna burn this challenge right now? Like why?
That's
Are you gonna?
that's
And you
just-
can't.
It's
And like you
really
can't
stupid.
rule obstruction. He's on a knee, not in line with home plate. Like is that?
Why is this
That's
taking?
horrible.
Why is this taking more than 2 seconds?
Also, shout out Mike Napoli, by the way, Cubs first base coach. Learned that on Saturday.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Mike Napoli is the first base
Cool.
coach for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, and look at that. It's over.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Yachty gestures. He's like, "What the hell are these guys doing?"
So-
Yeah, Yachty looks so
Yeah, oh, yeah.
unfazed by the call. He's like, yeah, duh.
So the AL Central sans the Kansas City Royals in 2006 was the Twins at the top. They had whatever I said, like 97 wins. That was a great team, and then we had 95, I think. And that's obviously the 06 Tigers, and then the third place
Defending World Series
was
champion.
a defending World Series champion, 90-win Chicago White Sox. Did not make the
Playoffs.
postseason because they didn't have the wild card.
Chicago.
game.
Hold on. Chicago White Sox, who have still never made the postseason in consecutive years with normal
Have
postseason rules.
never
Continue.
won the division 2 years in a row. Correct.
No,
in
never.
franchise
never even
history.
made the playoffs. Much
Yeah,
less than
Correct.
2020 was a Mickey playoff.
Well,
if you
yeah.
will.
Yeah. Oh, and
20. Yeah, yeah.
if
And full
That
was-
one doesn't
assuming
count.
a normal, like even regardless of the number of games played, assuming a normal 10-team playoff that what or 12-team, 10-team playoff. Yeah.
10 at the time,
At the
10 teams.
Assuming a normal 10-team
Now-
playoff, they still didn't make it. They were the 7th seed. In the end.
Correct.
Continue.
Scott,
and then,
Scott,
No,
what did I text you 2 days ago?
I think it was a.
What is
slurp.
guaranteed? What is it? It was not. It was not. No, take that back right now. Actually, no, we're on air. You got to take that one back. You got to take that one back, bro.
But it's a joke, but funny.
Thank you. No, I texted you and I said Wainwright on national TV, hammer the quality start. He's
You
through
did.
6, 2 earned.
You did.
Because another
and
one
then-
gives up.
I did not text Scott a slur.
And then-
First of all, what slur could I even call you? Like, I don't think that you even fit into
I
a
didn't
group that
say
could
you-
get called
You didn't
for.
say it was
Say you
against
called
him.
it to me. I just said you.
Oh, yeah, because I'm just playing Slurtle, apparently, and just texting
Slurtle.
Scott whatever.
You're a Cardinals fan.
Slurtle.
You're a Cardinals fan. You guys invented Slurtle.
No, oh my God.
So then, fourth place in the division that year was Cleveland.
Speaking of Slurtle, Cleveland.
Right, correct.
There you go.
I think finished ended up finishing just a few games under 500, but they were about
Holy hell.
they were around a 500 ball club all year. That was like prime Grady Sizemore.
I was gonna say,
like
was Grady
1,000
Sizemore
OPS Travis Hafner, like CC Sabathia coming into his own. Like that was a really, really good team, like as well. That that division was just absolutely nuts. Like almost 4 teams 500 or better, 3 teams at 90 wins or better, and then we all just beat up on the Royals, who were absolutely terrible.
Dude,
the Royals who had a whole...
Hey, Rudy comes back for one stream, and that's like
no, you know,
that's like one of the 3 or 4 hardest times I've laughed on camera. That was
like
that was crazy.
You know how like when somebody misses the playoffs and you see like the games back total by like September and you're like, oh, that's rough. The Royals were 16 games back of 4th place by the end of the season.
Oh man,
just of 4th place, they were 16 games back.
Hey, speaking of
first place, they were 34 games.
Speaking of teams that have losing records, all right, are the Pirates America's team in 2022?
Well, yeah, until they lose 13 straight after the All-Star break and completely crumble in August.
I mean,
yes.
I'm just well, you say that, but post All-Star break, we may see.
No.
Everyone's.
Now I regret looking up the 2006 Royals even more. They had a pitcher named Ryan Braun. I'm disgusted.
Let's see who was on this Royals team. This team went 62-100. Buddy Bell as the manager. Let's see here. Their Pythagorean was 63-99.
Yeah, Diego, I know you're a little behind, but like Edmundo's OPSing 540. I love the kid, but I
realized that earlier.
He'll be getting some seasoning in Memphis.
You guys had
healthy.
Who is this?
That was so 2006. I think was that.
Your starting second baseman was an everyday starter and at a 592 OPS.
Yeah.
That is
what
remarkable.
In the world did Edmundo just try to do there?
Yeah.
Probably play baseball.
This is actually remarkable how few people on here I know.
Is it that bad? Hold on. Don't say the lineup yet.
So
let me get this.
I'll say the obvious people that we definitely know. At catcher, John Buck, who like at this point.
Oh yeah, obvious. Don't start with Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke pitched 6 1/3 innings for the Royals that
year, what are we even talking about, dude?
Well, he's the most obvious.
Yeah,
he pitched 6. I mean, he's not in the starting rotation. He pitched 6 innings. So like Mike Sweeney at DH, that's one's fair.
Yeah, that's his
as
name.
well.
Hey, I know one of these names.
Like that's like a 4 or 5 time All-Star. Like that's a good.
Oh, Reggie Sanders.
Reggie Sanders also very much.
Cardinal legend, bro.
Decent player.
He was like really good for us in like 2 seasons as a starter for the Cardinals. Like his late 30s. He just randomly like 130 OPS.
David
plus.
DeJesus had a good year.
That's a name.
He had a good year too. Had a good year. 26-year-old David DeJesus had an 810 OPS and 120 games played. That's not bad.
The GOAT.
You had
the GOAT. The GOAT.
Should be Hall of Famer Matt Stairs on this ball club.
Matt Stairs is a Hall of Famer.
Put Matt Stairs in Cooperstown yesterday.
Matt Stairs is a Hall of Famer. True.
Actually, I regret to inform you that Matt Stairs has less career WAR than Ryan Howard.
Oh.
But barely. Wait.
How old is he? How old is he? Someone give him some. The Nationals aren't.
54.
The Nationals aren't content.
Oh wait, it's literally half a win, and Matt Stairs was a pinch hitter. Half a win.
Give him a run. So, other names that I recognize off this list, like Duckworth, Redman. Yeah, Jeremy Affelt.
Dude, who is Angel Baroa?
Jorge De La Rosa, I reckon.
Angel Baroa won Rookie of the Year?
In 2003.
In 2003? What? Let's see this Rookie of the Year class. Why did Matsui not win?
That's terrible.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
That's terrible.
Mark Teixeira actually should have won, probably. Yeah, Rocco Baldelli. This is not a bad rookie class for Angel Baroa to be taken.
Yeah,
from the
that's
back.
not a
Angel
that's not a
Baroa,
merchant.
career
That's not a
1-1.
merchant.
Sorry.
That's not a merchant rookie class, man.
Angel Baroa of the 2003 Royals.
Gosh, he had one career win.
One career
And he did it all
This
his
is
rookie
yeah.
year.
He did 2.5 of his one career win his rookie year.
In 06, he was worth almost -2 wins in a full
That's
season of work.
incredible.
No.
How does he win?
Every
The thing
day
about him
shortstop.
getting rookie of the year is that Royals team. Oh, they actually were like mediocre, not like atrocious, but
Well, he had 2.5 wins as a rookie. Figure this out. He had 2.5 wins as a rookie and retired with 1 career WAR. That's
Yeah.
the player we're
Yeah.
talking about here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
remarkable.
He was nowhere close to the best, the best player in this rookie class.
the best player but I will say,
Yeah.
like, he was 2.5 WAR.
Even that
nobody
year.
else,
He didn't
nobody
have a
else cracked
bad
3
year.
though. Like we're
Right.
talking about nobody else cracked 3
Yeah.
WAR.
He had 2.9.
789 OPS out of a shortstop. People are probably like, hey, that's not half
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
In the words of
That's
J.
fair.
Roy, positional adjustment be like.
bad. Yeah, like
Yeah.
voters are like, okay.
Oh my gosh, this pitching staff is. Oh my! This is the most. Oh, I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna vomit. This is
Respect
the
Jeremy
worst
Affeldt.
pitching staff I've seen since the 2003 Tigers. This is
Who we looking at here, Scott?
unbelievable. The 06
06
Royals.
Yeah,
Listen to
it's
these
bad.
ERAs:
It's bad.
5.71, 5.31, 6.48, 5.12, 5.64. They didn't have a
Under
single
five.
starter
Under 5.
with a sub
Do we know
5.12
the
ERA.
league
And then
average
their bullpen, well, their ERA, the best ERA plus was 92,
Tough.
and it was at the dude that had a 5.12. Their bullpen ERA,
Worse.
5.52 as the closer. He had 18 saves.
Shoved.
5.14, 4.40, 7.10, and 4.50. And then even these other
Jimmy
dudes
Affeldt.
that are
they're
like
not-
just like spot starters,
591.
whatever. 5.91.
That's insane.
571 Mike Wood. 518 Jorge De La Rosa at 25 years old. 363 Todd
Royals-
Wellemeyer. 611 Brandon Duckworth.
The
This
Royals-
is a
The Royals
huge
had 20.
pitching staff.
You know
The
it's
Royals-
bad when Scott clips his own
They
mic
had-
talking about how bad
The
this team
06
is.
Royals had 20 pitchers throw at least 20 innings. One of them had an ERA under 4.
I'm surprised they only went 62 and
Yeah.
100. Genuinely. This is horrific.
Who else was like? Because
They
Their
did-
offense
there's
had
no,
3 people
like-
with an over 100 OPS plus, and their pitching staff was literally 12 guys who all just agreed to
No,
suck together.
Genuinely, I said there's 20 guys that threw at least 20 innings.
real quick, real quick. On the stat on ESPN, highest OPS versus left-handed hitters since 1960. Paul Goldschmidt is 3rd all time against lefties.
Wow.
That
Cool.
is.
Was he on the 2006 Royals? Didn't
crazy.
think so. Keep going.
Okay,
He was on the
I
Texas
challenge-
State Bobcats.
So Scott's looking at this with me.
Fair enough.
Diego or Carson, I challenge you to name one of the 20 pitchers that threw at least 20 innings
I'm also looking.
for those Royals.
Dude,
I'm
no,
not
there is
seriously.
looking.
one.
I'm not.
There is
looking.
one that you've heard of
Jeremy.
before.
Well, Diego already said
Oh,
Jeremy
yeah, I already
Affeld's
said Jeremy
name too.
Affeldt.
So like, that's
I also knew
like
he was on
that.
this team.
So the challenge is what now?
So
there's
name-
20
there's-
pitchers.
there's
Just
19
name a
There's
pitcher.
19 other
on the
guys that
06
threw at least-
Royals.
yeah,
Literally
name a
just
pitcher.
name a
So
pitcher.
I said Ryan Braun, and Diego said Jeremy Affeldt, and obviously
Ryan
Zach
Braun
Greinke
didn't get to
threw-
20 innings either.
He did not get to 20 innings, and Zach Greinke obviously threw 6 innings. Name a single other guy that pitched for the Royals that year.
This is horrific. How just putrid. No way.
Scott Rudy will donate $20 to.
Rudy will donate $20 to
What is happening? The guy. Okay, Mark Redman was the ace of this team. First off, with a 5.71, he went 11-10. How? He had a whip of almost 1.6. His FIP was 5. And guess what? He was the Royals All-Star this season. What is happening?
over Matt Stairs.
What?
Over Matt
Over
Stairs.
Stairs?
Oh.
Over Mike Sweeney
100
was
OPS,
like,
okay, 100 OPS plus
meal
on his last
out.
legs, Mike Sweeney. Actually,
I got-
not his last legs.
I got-
Which is
Dude, honestly, bro,
third best on the team for the starters.
mid aughts Royals. Like I got nothing other than Duckworth because he was like tall. That's like all I got. Did he throw 20 innings?
He did.
He started 8 games, so I would hope so. But he had a 6.11
yeah,
ERA
that's how
and
tall he
almost
is,
a
too.
whip of almost.
Yeah, that's
2.
all I got, man. Like I can name
ERA
one
plus
guy,
77.
and that's
Brandon Duckworth is 6'2", by the way.
who am I
No,
thinking
Sean
of? They had
Joey.
did they not have a tall dude? The Royals had like a tall, like I swear they had like a bullpen dude that was like 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
I don't know.
Who am I thinking of, bro?
This team is just disgusting, dude. And like the sad part is the 03 Tigers makes that whole rotation look like it's everyone should have been an all-star.
They almost
Oh,
allowed
Scott,
1,000 runs.
you weren't
right.
you weren't here last week, so we had a bit of a discussion about we were talking about all stars and who is deserving. We've had this discussion, I think, ad nauseum internally in our Diamond Digest chat about the National League representatives at first base because CJ Cron has been ridiculous. He's been a absolute stud. And then the list of names that I came up with is CJ Cron going to get more votes than the following? I think that, like Goldschmidt, like, duh, that dude's going to make the All-Star team, right? I think Pete Alonso's a duh will make the All-Star team. He's going to have to get more votes than Olsen, Freeman, Cron.
Jeez.
Like he's gonna have to get more votes than himself.
Cron's gonna have to get more votes than pretty much anyone, but like I think Goldschmidt's gonna start, obviously. So like he's gonna have to get more votes than 2 of the 4 names.
You know Freeman's gonna get votes.
He's also hitting like he's objectively hitting like an all-star, but like
not as good as
CJ
the
Cron.
first baseman.
And I'll be honest, man, I think Pete Alonso of the 4 of those names I just listed is the least deserving. But
so
he's
here's
on
the
the
thing.
Mets, and that's the issue.
Right. So here's the thing that he has going for him is that every team has to have an all-star, and like who else?
Chad Kuhl is off to a really good start, but he's been kind of like terrible lately.
Doesn't Daniel Bard have like 18 saves as well? Like he's got a crazy number of saves.
The only thing he's got to worry about is if they just go, okay, well, we're just going to throw a pitcher in because everybody has to have one.
Because Daniel Bard, like I said,
so it's either who's your best reliever or even Herman Marquez.
Marquez
again,
has
like
not
last
been
year,
good.
like that's possible.
No,
he certainly has been hosed by Coors a bit at home games, but still, like they did it last year. Like he wasn't exactly. He didn't exactly have incredible numbers at the break last year either, but.
Let me look.
Alex Colomé is a Rocky now, and he's actually pitching well.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Dude, the Rockies are the most like MLB The Show organization ever. Like every year they just sign guys that you're like, yeah, if there's like a video game they could turn out well. Like they won't.
Dude, who is this Tyler Kinley?
Who?
Tyler
Is that
Kinley.
the guy that throws?
He's got a 5.74 ERA plus in 22 innings.
And how many innings?
22.
That feels like I'll call that a legitimate number of innings at this point in the season.
0.82 ERA.
I think.
Okay, so Scott, that's who we're worried about. That's who we're worried. If he throws funky, he might get a little cheeky all-star.
I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
They have one guy who throws really funky, but throws like he also throws gas. Like he's good. They've got a few actually good bullpen pieces, which is the thing.
ERA.
Oh, Nick Madrigal.
Is Nick Madrigal about to go?
I'm like, are you that far ahead of me? Because that's such a lie. Like, I'm looking at ERA under 3 as a 40-year-old right now. That's the list I got on the screen.
Yeah, but well, you missed the Nick Madrigal. It just cranked bloop single to left field.
Just cranked it. I'm sure. Oh yeah, you're definitely Let me refresh.
Watch it. Watch it. That's his.
It was like
I was gonna say that's his max exit velocity of the season.
73.
It might be his hardest hit ball of the year. That thing was cranked to left.
All right. Well, me refreshing it caught me up, Scott, but I did in fact miss the single. So
I want the exit.
I was gonna say the ERA graphic was. The ERA graphic was after his thing.
Oh, really? I must have just cut out then.
Yeah.
Oh well. Like I whatever.
Wow, Wainwright's
Also-
last 5 starts, 4-1, 1.69 ERA. Are those all at home or primetime games?
There may be a road.
78.1.
There may be a
That's
road
78.1.
start at.
Why is he a statue right now? This is tweaking me out. Why is he frozen? Move, dude. Move. Thank you. Holy, that really
Scott,
scared
there
me.
may.
That
I think I'm
genuinely
fully caught up with you,
scared me.
Scott. There may or may not be a road start, but at Pittsburgh in there. But that was also the Peacock game, so
Doesn't count.
does not count. Oh no, he didn't start the Peacock game, did he? Was that Dakota Hudson?
Chad
Some-
Poole still got a decent ERA.
All I know is that it was Yachty who finished that game in Pittsburgh, so that's what counts. Promptly gave up 2 bombs.
Also,
Yeah, Rudy, that appears to be the recipe if you're a position player pitching from the NL Central. It's get the first 2 out, promptly give up 2 mammoth home runs, and then get the 3rd out because Schwindel did the same thing on Friday. It was like you get to the first 2, and I'm like, oh my god, clean inning, and then you're like, nope, that's not the
to
case.
absolute. Would it dong? Absolutely.
Well, and so
Oh my god, yeah.
I wish this wasn't the case, but you want to talk about guys that that Corona's gonna have to get more votes than. I think
on the Rockies or first baseman.
first baseman. I think he's also gonna be.
Yeah.
Schwindel's gonna be somewhere in the same group, even though he does not
Oh,
deserve to be
God.
whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, there's
As
gonna
the
be
Cubs rep,
enough,
It's
like,
just merchant fan base,
especially
dude, just-
like, you just
Dash?
wanna,
No, not for All-Star games. Not for
No, the
the
merchant
2000.
the merchant fan base for the All-Star games is the Royals. Anyway,
That is also true.
True.
Yes.
True.
Stop showing me the stat. He has the most Cy Young vote shares of a guy that's never won. I get it.
Ha! That's
He
awesome.
might have to. I mean, if
Dude,
Belt
favorite
comes back
stat.
with enough time, Belt's also going to get some votes. Probably not a lot because he's been hurt so much, but he'll get a few.
I just don't think that. I don't think he'll be a team rep for you guys. Like I think that you're like,
Oh no chance.
like there's.
Our rep's
Dude,
gonna.
Actually, know who should is Yaz, man. Yaz deserves to make the All-Star
Yaz
game.
is an all-star.
He's an All-Star. Like straight, I just say, like whether he's a team rep or not, you guys should probably.
If
have
you
more
guys
than one,
haven't, go look at Yaz's Savant page real quick.
Dude, Diego made me do this last week. Go look it up. You will.
all right.
It will.
It's
It will tickle
crazy.
your fancy beyond belief.
You would not expect it to be as red as it is.
Oh, Adam, at the same amount of career wins as Kershaw, I would not have expected that if I'm being honest.
That's pretty red. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
It's pretty
I'm
red,
gonna be
dude.
honest. I kind of would have expected it because in my head he's just like a very solid player, and I know nothing.
In my
else
head,
about-
he's his grandpa.
He's been really good this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
my dad had an
yeah.
interesting take that I want to run past you guys because I
Shout
don't
out
know.
Carpenter's dad.
So, shout out Big Mike. So,
Shout out Big Mike and his prayer.
let's say hypothetically, let's play this example out with who do I want to use this example for? I'll use it with Rudy. Rudy, let's say Fergie Jenkins Jr.
Yep.
Debuts for the Cubs.
It would be the third at this point, but continue.
The third. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. The third.
Fergie's up there,
better.
but
Would you? I will let you answer, then I'll give my take on this. Would you let him wear his relative's number even though it's retired, because they're family?
no.
Okay. Under no circumstances you would allow it to happen.
I don't think so.
I'm kind of in the same boat. My rule is that they would have to be like either like within the same stratosphere of player. Like they have to also be an all-star.
Well,
that was
the thing
my
is, like-
that was my thought.
So what? He's got to have like a good year or two, and then he says, "Hey, I want to use my grandpa's or my dad's number."
Yeah, like if he made a couple all-star games and then signed a contract extension with the Cubs, and was like clearly your frontline starter and was like, I would like to honor my, and don the number.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I
I think that's totally
Like, I
fair.
think-
I think that's totally
I think
fair.
sure you can say that like yeah that's that's justifiable at that point, but you've also got 2 years of play under a different number by then. Like you've
Totally.
you've established
For
yourself
me, I
in the
mean,
bigs
like,
with a different number, and also I would say like in general, okay. If I were in that situation, which is a lot to imagine, there's a lot of things that would be different.
it's a
about my
big, it's a
life.
big, it's.
But
A lot has to happen, yeah.
I wouldn't.
Many things
I
would have
wouldn't
to go on.
want to wear my relative's number. Like that would just be
You want to make your own.
That also makes
like
sense.
there's so much associated with that number and that success. It's like, okay, the organization went out of their way to acknowledge the greatness of my father, grandfather, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone who ever comes to the stadium sees it flying up there, sees it on the outfield wall, whatever.
It's a lot, yeah.
And like I would just think, I don't care how good I think I am, how good I think I could be. I'm not going to like I don't want to risk not being able to honor that.
I think the only
You don't
example
want to
in
live up.
modern I think the only example in like modern day baseball I think is like remotely applicable. I don't know if Vlad Senior has a number retired anywhere, but
No, I don't
I
think
think-
so.
if Vlad,
No, he doesn't. I was gonna
He
think
doesn't.
maybe
which is a crime, correct that at
Eh,
Poverty Nationals.
I mean, he never
Yeah.
played anywhere long enough.
yeah, and my other
I
thing
guess.
about it, like if I'm the organization and the players, like, I want to honor my father and wear this number.
Right.
I would also be like, okay, I don't know. I think players today tend to
It's
be
interesting.
players today tend to be a little more volatile too. Like on the whole,
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily get the same like this guy's just straight up dominant for a decade or more. Like that doesn't happen anymore. And so like I think taking into account all of the quality of play that you would want to get in that scenario in order to really say like yes, this is something that we're all cool with. It's just way too uncertain to greenlight that.
No,
That's
yeah,
fair.
and like I said, it was just my dad brought it up, and I thought that was really interesting because, like I said, because he's like, I wouldn't have an issue, period, and I'm like, no, if I were the team, I'd be like, you got to be good, like, because what you said, where you're like, you got to prove to me that you're gonna be able to capable of like not even, do more than just hang around for, a few years. I gotta see,
Yeah, because like
Can
those
I?
guys, that's the identity of your team. It's like you can't separate
Right.
Ernie Banks from the Cubs, and so okay, maybe it wouldn't actually be that significant, but if Ernie Banks' great grandson comes in, wears number 14, and just stinks it up,
and stinks it up. Exactly, that was the point.
it's
that I brought
like
up.
okay, so
So, okay, but
yeah,
play this game with me, okay? So,
We'll call it the Ryan Howard
he-
career war line.
if he is no,
Way
if
too
he
low.
is not even that. If he is like the number one prospect in all of baseball, and he's like the head of a rebuild, Ernie Banks the third is like the everybody's like this kid is gonna lead the Cubs to another ring.
This is the best
like he's
prospect
the
we've seen.
future,
a Wander
He's the best
Franco
prospect in
of Vlad
baseball.
Guerrero-esque
Right.
prospect, yes.
Yes.
and he comes up and wears 14 and sucks. Then obviously you have significantly tainted the number. But
What if?
if he is any other level of prospect, well, maybe honestly, it might be like if he's a 4A player, if he's and he makes his debut at 30 and he's up for 3 weeks because you need serious injury help,
You're letting
and
him
that's
throw the
all
number
he
on?
plays. What like that's not gonna
Yeah.
taint shit.
That's
Like it's
fair.
not. Everyone's gonna be
That's
like, "Oh,
good-
that's a cool
fair
moment,"
point, man.
and he's gonna go
That's a
back,
feel
and
good.
that's gonna
That's a
be
feel
it.
good few weeks.
Like everyone is gonna be in favor of that in that regard. It only taints the number if there is
Expectations,
serious
yeah.
expectation
and critical
laid
failure.
upon the prospect. Even if he comes up at 23 and is like a C-level prospect that nobody really expects too much of, like maybe he'll be like a utility level player and he's never been a top 100. He's like ranks 28 in your organization. I think as a whole, most people would be totally fine with him rocking 14. I think the only issue that would come from this scenario is if there is a great deal of expectation placed on him and he doesn't live up to it. I think
yeah.
in general, any other caliber of player that he is, I think
And
most
you'd
people
have
wouldn't
to be
care.
Sure, I think you'd have to be sure that saying yes, you can wear 14 is not going to exacerbate the pressure that he feels too, right? Because you're talking like a number 1 overall prospect
Correct.
situation or something like that. Like you're getting into a serious mental thing of like, this is the player I'm supposed to be. I'm wearing his number. Like I have to be the guy. Something's wrong if I'm not the guy. So I think from
Correct.
expectations
Why-
wise, like that would be something that fans would have an issue with potentially, and it would also be something that could seriously mess with the player.
So
I agree.
And that's why, Scott, I'm really glad that you were like, oh, like a 30-year-old call-up has the perception of being a quad A. This is why I brought this up when we were talking about Yaz. Because Yaz, Diego, correct me if I'm wrong, when he got called up, it's like
He was old.
he was an old, he was an older guy, but the perception was like, I mean, he could do something for us. Like he's having a good year in the minors. Like we'll throw it at the wall and see if it sticks.
He was a quadruple A
And
guy. That's who he was.
Yeah, and it has stuck, and you know.
Right, he's been amazing.
He's been fantastic.
For sure.
So that's why I think Yaz is the perfect example. What happens if he signs with the Red Sox?
See, this is what I was gonna ask.
In our exercise, what happens
what I was gonna bring
if
up.
Yaz signs with the Red Sox?
Like if he and not quite Yaz, I want to like bring it a little bit further back. Say he is this like generational prospect being brought up with a different team, wears the same number as his dad or whoever, family member, and has got like perennial all-star on pace for the Hall of Fame. Signs his rookie contract's up. He signs with his former relative's team because he wants to bring back that like name or whatever. He's already well established, one of the best players in the league. Do you let him wear that number then?
Yes.
See, but it's the same thing though. We've seen bad contracts all the
Right,
time.
but we're talking.
Okay. He had a couple of good years. He debuted at 28. He goes out there, signs with the Red Sox, and puts up 650 OPS for the next 4
what
years.
Diego's describing is maybe the guy at the dish right now, a Nolan Arenado scenario where the resume is already like it's pretty solidified. He just has to play.
Right, and Arenado's been good. I'm saying, what if then?
That's the risk.
What if Pablo Sandoval happens?
You take.
Like,
but I don't know if Sandoval wasn't on a Hall. Yeah, Sandoval wasn't on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Like, let's not act like he was.
Look whose name is on my Sunday night watch party.
Neither is. Neither is.
No, I'm not talking about Yaz anymore.
No, Diego wasn't talking about Yaz. He was bringing up a separate.
No, all I'm saying is the same risk that you said, like that's the risk you take. That's the risk. It's the same thing with prospects. Is all I was trying to point out and highlight. It's the exact same risk with prospects and expectations and the possibility of failure, whether they come via free agent or trade or whatever, is no different from.
It makes that risk a little bit less. Makes it it lowers the stakes when it's a guy that you're. That's
right. Sure.
He's already had.
There's a couple other things I have on my mind here. One is, I think
money.
I think if we're talking about the scenario of like it's a low
Nolan Gorman
expectation
pinch hit moment. Nolan Gorman pinch hit for Pujols moment. Sorry, go ahead, Rudy.
You know, it's like if it's a guy you've got low expectations for, right? But you give him this number, it's a cool thing, everyone's happy about it. Where do you pull the plug then? Because his leash is different from any other guy in his position, right?
It depends on your record. Is this September 1st and you're the Royals in the year of our Lord 2022? Because then he gets to play the whole month and then that's it.
Right, but if you have literally anything to play for, like you've made it so much more difficult for yourself to make the correct baseball decision.
You bench him, but you at least give him a start. Like if Ozzie Smith Jr. is the when rosters expand on September 1st, if Ozzie that's not a real person, but if Ozzie Smith Jr. gets called up for the Cardinals, like we're a game out of first place right now, like I'll let him start like the early version of a doubleheader, but I'm not about to.
That slider might have moved too.
That was an absolute. That was
absolutely
that was
insane to watch.
F. Ross, I have to say, like he's one of the more dichotomous pitchers I've seen in a while, based on what I've watched this year.
What a word!
That thing is
You
literally
wanna
a
talk
frisbee.
about, did you guys, I'm sure, took note of the Cubs getting absolutely
You're sick.
shellacked in Cincinnati a couple weeks ago?
That did happen.
20 to
yes.
5. That was F.
Yes.
Ross. That was F. Ross. So he just did not have his stuff that day.
I think it was actually a good friend of the program, Jim, who was our audio guy at the beginning of the broadcast.
Our
tweeted
audio
out-
guy.
Our audio guy. I'm affectionately referring to him as our audio guy.
Oh, we're
for
doing the
tonight.
Cup Snake again tonight? That's
They've done it all 5
Yeah,
games. I love it, man. It's fantastic.
I gotta get out.
It's impressive.
I turned 21 in 2 days. I'm getting out to the bleachers at Wrigley if it kills me this year.
Yes, sir.
Our son's growing up before our eyes.
It's a beautiful
so
thing.
what I was saying is, I think it was Jim that tweeted out that over the last 100, before this series started, over the last 116 years, the Cubs and Cardinals were 1,116, 1,116, and 6 against each other all time in the last 116 years.
So how is that not a massive embarrassment for the St. Louis
Say that
Cardinals?
one more time.
Serious question. I'm
we
not
have
even trying to
11
be a
World
troll.
Series.
How is that not
Right.
unfranchised?
It's the 11 World Series championships that makes that okay. So
No, Scott's,
if
Scott's,
you now
okay,
include,
Scott's saying
that's my
that in
point.
light
That's my
in
point.
light of the 11 World Series championships, how
winning-
is it not embarrassing that
How is
winning
it
the
not-
last game of the year, winning the
Okay.
last game of the year means
That's
more to
great.
me
You
than
can
a
give me
doubleheader.
the Cardinals
You're
and
dancing
Yankees
around the question.
Schwab fest all you want. I'm saying, as the team with the second most rings ever
Mhm.
in all of baseball,
Correct.
to be 500
Right.
against maybe the biggest laughingstock in sports for a century, which is also your biggest rival,
yeah.
objectively, your
Sure.
biggest rival, has to be a
Oh
little
my gosh,
disappointing.
beautiful 3-2 fastball there.
No, it's so Scott. That's the beauty of what a rivalry is in sports. That's why I think the Cubs-Cardinals rivalry is underrated because it doesn't matter how good or bad the teams are. It's always a fantastic
I agree
game.
of that from a third-party perspective. Yes, I
So
agree.
I'm
It's
saying
great
from
for
a
baseball, and it's great for people that
second.
aren't a fan of really just the Cardinals, because I'm sure it's great for Cubs fans too to be a joke every year. And yet, hey, at least we're gonna take 2 of 4.
I think
St.
the
Louis
other
this
thing
week.
that you got to realize with the Cardinals in opposition to the Yankees is that the Cardinals World Series titles came in a very, very condensed. It comes in like spurts of being legitimate championship contenders, whereas there's a little bit more like the 50s, the 70s, the 90s. Like honestly, the Cardinals were terrible until they won their first World Series in 1926. So you've got the Cubs were, as we know, fantastic for the first 25 years of the 1900s. So there's that part of it as well. So if you look at that 116-year period, 50 of those, I'd argue the Cubs were probably the better team at that point. So
Sure, that's totally fair. That's a fair outlook. That's all I was looking for.
You do that math, right? That means that for probably about 50 of those seasons, honestly, not even, because I'll give the Cubs, the mid 2010s, like the back half of that decade. I'd put it in the last 116 years. Cubs have probably maybe been the better team 55 of the 116 years.
You want to talk about like
when you break that down, that means that 61 of those years the Cardinals were better. So that's that parity.
No, that's totally fair. That's all I was looking for. That's totally
even
legitimate.
In the years,
that's the answer to the question.
Like even in a lot of the years where the Cardinals were like good, making and or winning the World Series, like early '80s, those were good Cubs teams. You got Rhino. You got
absolutely. The Cubs went to the NLCS. Like the Cubs or the Cardinals were the NLCS. Were in the NLCS the first 5 years of the '80s.
And then
like those was a good year
at the beginning of the century. I mean, they were both good.
Yeah.
The Cubs in the
2000s, the Cubs were a solid
really
team.
Good. Like the Cardinals
obviously
were too. So
yeah.
That's what it is. And what makes that okay for me is that's where the
that,
Cardinals Yankees
adding into that is fair. That's what I was wondering is how that's even like optically that's impossible. But like when you break it down like that and show like the spurts of rings for the Cardinals, that
So
I've only been alive for the Cardinals being good. So like it's weird to think.
Right, yeah.
It's not always how it was.
Yeah.
So you got to think. So if I were to break it down, right, you got to think like Cardinals, like Cubs probably ran 1900 to 1920, 1921 to 1950 was the Cardinals because that was 26.
Cubs did make the
Cubs-
45 World Series.
Correct, and lost to the Detroit Tigers. Thank you. Yes, correct.
Yes, Rudy, but the Cardinals won in 42, 44, and 46, and 45 is if I know that something that I really get annoyed with is how easily other fan bases that didn't win a championship during a slightly Mickey Mouse season will comment Mickey Mouse. 1945 is also a big Mickey Mouse year if we're talking history. So
Why?
World War II, man.
The
Cincinnati Reds had a one-armed outfielder the whole year.
You just said
Some
the Cardinals
people
won
came
42, 44, and 46 to make a point of volume, and then you said 45 is a Mickey Mouse year?
Because everyone was back for 46, and not as many people left for 44 or 42 for that matter.
A lot of people were back for 45, man.
I mean, halfway through the year, but not the whole season.
Hank Greenberg was he infamously left. Like him and like Ted, like two of the most famous people to leave, was like played in 45.
That's
Ted
fair,
did
but
not play
also
45. Oh, but Greenberg did, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, but and so then the Cardinals were terrible in the 50s, which is insane. Well, not terrible. They just they didn't win it. They didn't win a ring. And then early 60s, in the 60s, Cardinals were phenomenal. And then 70s, not good. 80s,
Tigers
good.
In the 60s.
Right, yeah, Cardinals did also have 2 in the 60s still. And then in the 90s, not great until La Russa came into town. Because this is how long ago this was. Tony La Russa was actually good at his job.
Debatable.
We got good again in the late 90s all the way through today. Now there were a couple years there in the aughts, and then there was 2016 through 2018 where I was like, this team is a little stinky, but other than that, no complaints.
There's another thing too, where the Cubs, I think partially this got really kind of built up because the Cubs were so particularly bad before 2014, 2015.
Not really. Y'all were good in 2007 and 2008.
Let me finish, please.
Like post Alfonso and pre.
Because the Cubs were so bad in 2011 to 2013, the narrative of this is Cubs baseball of we turn up even when the team sucks and the team sucks all the time really got built up and kind of covers up the quality of a lot of the Cubs teams mixed in there.
Okay.
For sure. I 100% agree with that statement. Yeah, I very much agree with that.
And I think there are a lot of things you could, a lot of individual narratives you can point to, and a lot of the easiest ones to pick out also make it easy to say, look at the misfortune of this team. Obviously there's playoff anecdotes, but then there's signing Soriano, and he's not the same player again. There's, you got Mark,
which he was fine.
Which he was good. Yeah, he was fine. But you've got Mark Pryor, who can't stay healthy after early in his career.
Pour one out, bro. I thought he was gonna be so good, man.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the easy things to remember about the Cubs too are things that were unfortunate as well. But then you've also got
I mean, and also Cardinals, Cardinals. I honestly, it's just luck is really what it comes down to. Because Cardinals in 2011, the rally squirrel. There's always the narrative.
Someone needs to make. Let me finish my point about the Cubs, and then I'll go into that. But they, those types of things cover up 2005 Derek Lee, which was just nuts. That type of stuff.
The dog.
He was so underrated. Derek Lee's an underrated player.
Love Derek.
The man.
Lee, man. Oh, the dog.
Right there.
Anyway, my next point is someone needs to come up with a comprehensive list of every animal that has ever served as a rally animal for a team. Because the Royals in 2016.
There's at least 4.
Rally Goose.
Cat.
We have Goose.
Cat.
Anyone?
Cat. Cardinals had cats.
Anyone remember what the Royals had in 2016?
1738.
The Rally Babbips?
No, in fact, it is not.
That's standing O. That's a standing O for me on that one. That's a standing O.
The Royals had a rally mantis for a couple weeks.
That's right.
The
Okay.
I
So did
remember
the
that.
Nats.
Who can forget the rally monkey of the 2002 Angels?
Yeah, that's a famous one.
Who was the
They
World
still
Series
use that.
MVP that
Wait,
year?
what are we on?
Who
What
was
are
the
we
World
on?
Series MVP in 2002? Scott,
Like
my
it.
face says it all. Scott knows.
Yeah.
Scott knows.
Great.
We don't have to say it. We don't have to say it.
We don't have to say it. So that what are we on now? We're on.
The
We have
two-time World
monkey,
Series MVP.
Monkey, cat,
monkey, cat,
mantis,
Goose.
goose.
mantis, goose.
I'm pretty sure it's been a
Anyone
possum at
anyone
some
else in
point.
chat remember any?
Yeah. What else we got here?
I'm trying to run through. Oh, all right. Wolves fan
Gosh, I
86
remember that
saying, Carson,
mantis.
you're
I wanted to step on that thing.
Yeah. That-
Hey.
God.
The only mantis that deserves to be
Hopefully.
stepped on is the one that did Steve Irwin in. That's the only mantis that deserves to be stepped on. All right,
What?
let's be nice. We're talking
Anyway,
about the
awesome.
same mantis, right?
Is that a manta ray or like a stingray?
No, we're talking about a praying mantis.
like a bug.
Like the
Bug.
bug.
I thought we were talking about the.
Dog,
My
in
bad.
Kansas, how did you?
What
How did
the
you think
hell?
in Kansas
Don't worry about
City
it.
they had a stingray?
Just happened.
They had a.
That's why I thought it was
They
so
got the
stupid.
fountains out there.
Yeah.
No, they had like the little bug, and he was like
Yeah,
sitting on
remember
the,
the one that was on Victor
ledge of
Robles'
the
head
dugout,
as well?
and like he was on the hat. And,
I'm sure
Oh,
that
I hate
happened.
Patrick-
I'm
I
sure
want-
that
Patrick
happened.
Wisdom has
My
been
brain is
hitting
removed.
roads
Turtle.
this week.
Turtle.
Dude, Cardinal legend Patrick
Turtle
Wisdom.
from. The turtle from. what
Wolves
is it?
fan, thank you for the clarification and
Cubs.
also saying that I have a beautiful smile. That's a
The
day
Cubs
maker
are
right there. I really
demolishing
appreciate that.
ball tonight.
That was a stingray, but.
Yeah, I said I appreciate the clarification.
No, but yeah,
The Cubs
the A's had a rally possum.
rally possum.
The A's. When did the A's
Yeah,
have a rally
there was a-
possum?
There was a possum that popped up in their ballpark at one
that
point
feels dangerous.
I'm
because
sure
it's
the
a-
one that they have in that
Yeah, the one.
cathedral that they play baseball in.
No, but it's become like a thing in Oakland. Like they have like T-shirts and stuff.
Okay.
Who's
Um,
buying that? No one's going to the game. They're making
I mean,
merch
they
for
don't
no
sell
one
them
to buy
stadium.
it.
They sell them. They sell like the random like account like
Uh-oh.
what is it, Breaking Tea.
And that will give the Cubs the lead
Man.
late.
Genesis Cabrera with runners
An
on.
RBI double.
Genesis Cabrera with runners on is just like never good. It never goes
Who the hell
well.
is PJ Higgins?
That's a great. He's our
Oh
backup
yeah,
catcher.
we've left.
Who
We've
won
left
the,
the Park simulation running a little long. Sorry about that.
Yeah, for real, man.
Who won the first two games of the
It's
series?
split. It's
Uh,
split even
it's
right
split.
now. This is the.
So
rubber
this
match.
is for the
Yeah,
series,
This
yeah?
is the
Sweet.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Let's go. I love
Yeah,
this
PJ
game.
Higgins.
Regardless-
PJ Higgins hit a homer at the game I was at. It was the first one of the Memorial Day doubleheader.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, though, man, I still love where the Cardinals are at. Like worst case scenario, we're a game and a half out of first place.
You guys are about to have the biggest Mickey Mouse schedule I've ever seen in my life
You're
for the next
correct.
like 3 weeks.
Scott,
It's
if it makes
asinine.
Scott, if it makes you feel any
Dude,
better,
they
we'll-
play like literally AAA teams are coming up in like our sanctioned games on the schedule. It's remarkable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got the Reno Aces coming into town on Tuesday.
Dude, seriously, it might be the most cupcake
All right,
schedule I've ever
the-
seen in my
The
life.
Rocky,
For, like,
I think the Rocky
for
Mountain
like
vibes are coming in for a
multiple weeks.
doubleheader.
It's not like
I
oh, we
get
get
to go
2
see the
weeks of
Rocky Mountain
series.
Vibes in a couple weeks.
It's
so
like
I know, dude,
literally
I'm
like
so jealous.
straight weeks of just like nobody.
they're gonna be here in Boise.
Well, Scott, do you know what the issue is? Is that the Brewers got to play this cupcake La Mickey schedule for the first 2 months of the season. So now that it's
The
flipped,
Cardinals schedule?
they can.
I don't know. They work in the Rays, the Red Sox, Brewers.
Red Sox aren't good this year.
Oh, Brewers
Rays are
bad.
good. Rays
Red
are
Sox
good.
bad.
Red Sox bad. Brewers bad.
False. That's just false.
Red Sox been hot lately,
No,
but, like,
the
still
Brewers
on
are
the year has
frauds,
been
Diego.
bad.
I'll say it on air. I'll say it off air. They're frauds. They're a poor ball club. We just swept the Padres, and the Padres, I believe, just swept them. So, let's think about that one.
Cubs 11 doubles in 2 games.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
Hey, that's not bad.
Dude,
If,
really, like I
if-
said, man, the first 3 games were like such seesaw because it was like Cubs kind of kind of whooped on Thursday. Cardinals whooped on Friday.
Yeah.
Cubs kind of whooped Saturday for game 1. These last 2 games, man.
That's what I was going to say.
The drama has been heightened.
That's what I was going to say.
It.
One of those doubles last night's about 5 feet higher, and the Cubs are looking at taking 4 games out of this series right now.
All right. Well, maybe if Tommy Evan doesn't get rung up on a pitch that was in Hannibal, Missouri.
Yeah.
We don't lose that first game on Saturday.
Also fair.
I mean, that was terrible, man. Also, to be clear, I was about 5-6 beers deep with nothing to eat that day when I saw that. And when Ollie came out,
that's what you call saving money.
When Ollie came out, I was hot. I was just as hot as he was. I was hollering.
Diego, there's no scenario where you can call 6 beers deep at Wrigley Field saving money. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that was.
No, it gets you more drunk than you should.
Yes,
be.
but
Listen,
you
man,
can't call it saving money.
The family,
instead of 6 beers, instead of like 12 beers, it's 6.
When the family pays for the ticket, the food budget triples. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And when I say the food budget, I mean
the beer budget,
the amount of drinks that I'm buying at the stadium.
And when I say family, I mean my dad.
No, dude. My mom.
Big Mike.
The family allegiances
that was a banger.
Split.
That was a
the
banger.
family allegiances are split down the middle.
No. It was a joke, but that was a banger. That was objectively.
Yeah. No, I just mean like it was all 4 of us. It was Mike, Amy, Reagan,
correct.
and myself.
But was still a banger joke.
But it was.
Shout out Carson's sister as well. She made an appearance in the broadcast last week.
She did, yes.
Oh, did she? That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, because oh my God, man,
Reagan?
Top Gun.
Question mark.
Reagan, Regan, spell it right.
Yeah, Diego.
Rest in piss the president.
I didn't try last week.
Actually, happy Ronald Reagan Death Day for all that celebrate. Happy Ronald Reagan Death Day.
Look at this dude's jean jacket.
That's a heck of a
denim.
That thing
goes hard.
Yeah, with the Hawaiian underneath, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that guy is style.
He's
Definition of.
No, Scott, I had her on because my whole family, of course, we went and saw Top Gun Maverick opening weekend. And Rudy, Scott, if you boys haven't seen that picture yet,
I have not. I will be soon. I have not.
It should win the Oscar. It is.
Oh, this brought me back
everybody
to
says
a
it's
point
great.
I was going to talk about earlier when I said random, unrelated thought. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
So good, so good. I took your rec. Phenomenal.
Fantastic film. But I think
I got a date on Tuesday. I'm watching it again.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the movie? I watched something recently that randomly mentioned the 2003 Detroit Tigers.
Wait a minute. It's Doctor Strange 2. They mentioned in 2003 Tigers because they're in the multiverse and they talk about it's a different universe, Scott, and they talk about they're like, oh man, the 2003 Tigers are so good, and I was like, that is such a niche.
Oh, that's super funny.
I'm like, that's
really funny.
That's such a niche joke to put in, and it was so funny. I'm like,
I thought about it for like 20 minutes.
That's great. That's great.
And so I don't know if Taika Waititi if Sam Raimi's a Detroit Tigers fan. I don't know is he a Detroit native? Sam Raimi, Scott?
Not to my common knowledge, which is pretty usually we know, and it's like
celebrated. Well, yes, of course, yes, okay, Scott, pat yourself on the back a little more there, pal. I did it.
I'm shocked I spelled his name correctly.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like when I told Mark Kotze to go F himself earlier in the chat. Who cares? Like, I'm just taking shots right now. Actually, I do distinctly remember disliking Mark Kotze at one point during his career. Don't remember when. I believe, was he on the A's ever?
Yes. Isn't he their manager right now?
That might be the case.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yes, he is their manager right now, and he played for the A's. Yes, both are true. He was gonna be the Tigers manager if we didn't get Hinch.
Really?
I'm like 85% sure. Like, I'm very sure that he would be the manager of the Detroit Tigers right now if Hinch. So basically, if the White Sox didn't sign La Russa, he would be. I think he would be the Detroit Tigers manager.
Sam Raimi is from Royal Oak, Michigan.
Oh, okay, so
nice.
There it is.
That's literally where I am sitting. That's North Detroit, yeah. I'm literally in Royal Oak, Michigan.
How does it feel to know that maybe you're in Sam Raimi's? You could be in his living room, perhaps. The living room that raised the man who directed the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
That's not true. How old is he?
Like 50.
60.
Yeah. See, my dad's had this house for 30 years.
Well,
he's 62.
He would have been a kid. He could have grown up in that house.
No.
age of. I mean, no, I guess it's not.
Does it say where you went to
Scott,
high
there's only
school?
one way to settle this. You have to
Sure,
post your
find
address in the chat, and then we'll ask Sam
Groves
Raimi
High School.
if that's where he...
What high school?
Groves High School.
He went to Groves?
Yeah.
That's my high school's
Oh,
rival.
so close, so close.
I thought you were gonna say
That's literally no, like that's like the rivalry in town. Like that is literally
Okay.
like I went to Seaholm and Groves. They're like 4 minutes apart on the same road.
Gotcha, okay.
Like that's
I think
literally.
if I click Groves High
That's
School,
hilarious. The Groves.
Rudy, where did you go to
Falcons,
high school again?
I went to Waubonsie.
Waubonsie, gotcha. Glenbard West. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your rival then? Oswego East? Is that your rival?
No, Nequa.
Nequa. There it is.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't know who our biggest
Yeah,
rival is.
but,
Maybe Hinsdale Central or York. Those are kind of our two.
York.
I feel like if he went
Yeah,
to the same high school, Scott definitely would have known.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Tim Allen went to my high school.
Man,
So yeah,
Man,
that's something like that.
he
just
he
kinda
really
know.
fumbled his bag, didn't he?
See the problem. So like in high school, we were all like, yeah, like Tim Allen, like he went to our high school. And then I get to college and I go to Central, and he famously went to Western, and I was like, oh, never mind. Screw Tim Allen. And then like after I dropped out, I
Sam
was like,
Raimi
oh,
went
never
to
mind.
Michigan
Like, he's pretty
State.
cool.
If you wanna...
Well, there you go. Now Scott likes him even less. He went to his rival high school and Michigan State. That's a big 0 for
Michigan
2 for
State.
Scott Bentley.
Yeah, that is a nice little O there. Yeah,
so you
not
know
great.
what's
That's
really
so funny.
funny?
He went to Groves though. That's
So
literally
while we're
like
talking about
our,
high
like,
school
youth
stuff,
rival.
I saw those like that.
We're gonna talk about Carson's Peak now.
No, I'm gonna talk about no. God no. I mean God no. Glenbard West High School. I am like no. So
No.
my speech team actually got shouted out in an athletic article recently. That was crazy because they were talking about Braden Huff. He's a Gonzaga recruit for hoops. And they were like, it was like just like the lead into the article. They were like, as you arrive on Glenbard West campus, you see the sign for Glenbard West Forensics. And I was like, athletic shout out me moment? I'll take it. No. And one of those tweets that was like, oh, who's the most famous person that went to your high school? And Larry Nance Jr. quote tweeted it and was like, Jeffrey Dahmer went to my high school, so I don't know. I don't know what I have to do to become the most famous, but
that was
I don't know if I'm
I
gonna
saw
top
that.
that.
tweet.
I saw that.
tweet.
Yeah. That was the
saw that tweet,
context,
too.
is it was Larry Nance Jr., NBA player saying, don't know if I'm going to top that.
Yeah, it's
To be fair,
tough to beat.
like more people know Jeffrey Dahmer than Larry Nance Jr.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's one thing Larry Nance Jr. could do
well, no,
about it.
that's what he's saying. Right.
Yeah,
That's what
starting-
Nance was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not many. As far as my high school, there's not many notable people.
I don't think a
Ours is
single
like
person of note
ours
in
is
my
like
school.
only Tim Allen. My middle school, Shane Battier, but did not go to my high school because
alright.
he went to like the big like private school that the good basketball players go to by the time he got to high school. But
So-
middle school,
My
Shane
high
Battier.
school, the
No.
guy who hosts Ghost Adventures, the TV show, he went to my high school. The actor Sean Hayes went to my high school, and Alec Pierce, third-round pick of the Indianapolis Colts in the 2022 NFL Draft, he went to my high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's
So that's
probably.
It's like maybe maybe probably top 3.
Yeah, Pat Beverly's probably top 1.
I don't think
mine.
any-
Oh, what? Yeah, Pat Bev.
Oh yeah,
Pat
there you go.
Bev?
Pat Bev's
Yeah,
a dog.
that's
Like,
sick.
Yeah.
I love Patrick Beverly.
dude, his national media slander tour he went on was
Uh-oh.
unprecedented.
Oh!
No.
Oh! And that's a lead-off triple to start. off
Harrison
the night
Bader is a Chicago Cub killer.
about 4 feet away
It's
from
dumbass
tying this
basket,
game with
dude.
a swing.
The basket gifts home runs. What the hell are you talking about?
I know, I just hate it. I hate
what are
it.
we
No, I
talking
just hate
about,
the
dude?
basket. That's like my only critique of Wrigley Field is get rid of the basket. White Sox fans, I've seen some White Sox fans on Twitter be like, how do they still have a brick wall? And I'm like, why don't you grow up? Your stadium is nowhere near as pretty. Like, shut your mouth. It's just second.
How do you still have...
It's just second place franchise in their own city trying to talk.
Man,
I hate
there,
that.
There was.
I'll go
I'm realizing how much sports stuff went on today.
a lot.
I did not.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, so
The,
bad.
Rock-
Rafa winning his I believe it's his 9 millionth French Open, if I have that correctly.
I believe that's not correct, but it's a lot.
Sorry, his 9 millionth and
is-
one because he won today. You're right, Diego. I'm sorry.
True, you're right.
Oh
You're
man,
right.
Morel just
No,
got cooked
God.
by the read on that play.
I thought I knew it off the top of my head, but I definitely
It's
don't.
14.
14,
He won his 14th
14.
today.
Well,
He
I
has
was watching
22 Grand Slams, and 14 of them are the French Open.
No, but I watched so much Rafael Nadal tennis growing up. He's my mom's favorite player, and so like, I watched so much Rafael Nadal tennis, and I modeled so much of my tennis game after him, like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's my
tennis,
favorite tennis player.
my favorite tennis player of all time is still John McEnroe, man.
Yeah. He's also the other person I modeled my game after.
Dude, I love him.
I was a big serve
Nick
net
Kyrgios.
guy.
Dustin Brown is the guy that I modeled my game after. Who's not he's not a household name, but he's very much a fly in the car kind of tennis player. Just there to annoy you.
Fair enough.
So
But
that was my
like I
high
completely
school when I played tennis.
I completely missed the U.S. soccer played a game today. Like there was a lot going on, and there's
they drew against Honduras.
Not to make
Uruguay.
this tennis digest real quick, but you boys see that neither Williams sister is going to play at Wimbledon. Like Serena may be retired because if she doesn't play at Wimbledon,
I mean, only one of those is surprising.
if Serena doesn't play at Wimbledon, she'll drop out of the world rankings because she will not have played in a world ranked competition in over a year, which is crazy.
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the GOAT. She can do it.
Yeah.
She's the greatest tennis player of all of our lifetimes. Like
for
it
sure.
does not matter. It is
Correct.
ridiculous what she did.
Detroit, Michigan.
Is
baby.
she, I did
Shout
not
out.
know. Is she from Detroit?
Well, I think she's from like a little bit north, but trained in Detroit,
okay.
and then when they were like pretty young, man, like they were like in like the end of middle school, I want to say, then their
think it was, like,
dad
mid-middle
sent
school,
them to like high school or sent them to like went out to California
Right,
and
yeah.
got like crazy training.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, yeah.
Saginaw?
So that's
Okay.
that's like mid, a little bit south of mid state. So like CMU is literally right in the middle, right?
Oh,
of
is it? Is
the
it?
lower
It's in the middle
peninsula.
of Michigan.
So yeah, but I'm saying like literally right,
know,
like
I know,
not
I know,
even
I know.
any variance. Like
Hold on.
Directly-
Oh, Bader did not test Hayward.
It's
Sorry.
geographically center.
and Saginaw is like half an hour south of
Okay,
CMU.
gotcha.
So
Court
like if you were to go, yeah, like Detroit, like me to Saginaw is like a little under 2 hours, and me to Central's campus is like 2.5 hours.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, so that's real close.
Yeah.
Rudy, isn't that so funny that like that's like in state for Scott and like 2.5 hours? That's like where we're from to University of Iowa. That like is it's always like so funny to me of like just the distance. I always feel like it should be.
No.
well, yours is like if you go north south,
Oh, you can go
for a
5
while,
hours
can't you?
and still
And
be
still
in
be in-
Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's still nothing to.
Well,
me.
yeah,
Like,
you
I
guys
mean,
have
we-
like an entire extra, phalange as a part of
Yeah,
the state.
I can
know.
drive. I can drive north for like
Yeah.
9 hours. Yeah,
We
the
can't match
I think
that.
I could also drive north. For
Why
like,
is
solid, like,
Lars
7.
New?
it's
Who
the
is Lars
craziest
Newbar
thing
pinch hitting for?
Yeah, my bad.
I don't remember who was
It's
batting
certainly not my mom. I can tell you that.
8. I almost
was it
said it.
was
too.
it Pujols
I
that
did.
then Gorman
No,
pinch hit? and then-
Pujols got
Pujols got
Pujols-
the
Pujols
hour.
got pinch hit for Gorman,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
which is like a
I
good
would've
substitution.
laughed.
for me.
Right.
You know what would be awesome if they got a leadoff triple and couldn't score?
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
He's electric,
But,
dude.
Yeah.
Replacing Edmundo Sosa.
Oh, they're gonna
Wow,
move
that's a-
Gorman to
that's a-
second and then Edmund to short, perhaps. No, they would have done it already. Who are they bringing in? Oh, because Gorman's DH
Wow,
right now.
pitch com's getting a little quiet. The crowd's getting into it.
But yeah, I bring up and I partially bring up all the sports because I woke up and watched the collegiate national rowing championships were today too. electric.
Let's go.
Why is the cameraman not doing
Why
his
weren't
job?
you
And that's
there,
gonna tie the ball game.
I'm just kidding. That was a
What's
joke.
that, Diego?
Phenomenal.
I said, why weren't you there?
Why wasn't I there? Well,
Wait a minute!
A,
Wait
because
a
I'm
minute!
bad, and B, because we don't row in that.
The
we're just a
Rudy
team.
Yeah,
curse is officially back. His first game.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was not. I was holding out for the whole broadcast not to say
Rudy,
it.
I'll
Oh,
be the
dude.
one. I'll take the bullet.
We were all thinking it.
We were all thinking
This
it.
game was
It
cruising,
was. I was holding my tongue.
and now we're about to go into extras.
Well, and actually, I was expecting back on the topic of the rowing. I don't know if y'all saw. John tweeted a couple weeks ago about a guy named Slam Dunkley who rows.
What?
Oh, that's such an incredible
he
name.
rose at-
What?
at
Yeah, how
St.
does this dude not
John's.
play
He
basketball?
rose at St. John's University, and they were. I thought they were supposed to be. They had this regatta on their schedule, so I was on the lookout for Slam Dunkley, and they did not end up rowing here.
Slam
Yes.
Dunkley. That's
He's
an elite
he's
name.
6'4". His name is Slam Dunkley,
Yeah,
and he
he's
does not
tall.
play basketball.
Wow.
Speaking of sporting
Honestly-
events, actually, Scott, right in your own home backyard, IndyCar had their final race at Belle Isle.
Yeah, dude, I know so many people that were there.
It's a phenomenal course. A lot of history within the sport. I'm super
A
excited.
lot of history.
Super excited though because they're going downtown Detroit, for next year. I'm super excited. I felt like a real local lob in Jefferson Street to you being like, yeah, they're gonna be on Jefferson Street.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? As though I know the geography
They're
of
gonna
the
be on
city
this
at all.
one street that I know.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no.
But heck of a race for those that didn't catch it. In case
Yeah,
my mom
I
is
heard it
watching,
was
because I'm
great.
pretty sure she may be on a delay. I will not say the results, but it was a good race.
Shout out Carson's mom. I think I've shouted out every member of Carson's
I
family
think you have, yeah.
broadcast.
I mean, I got grandparents. We can get into Chip and Kathy.
Chip.
Dick and Carol. We can just start running.
Chip's my king,
Alright.
man.
Chip
I'm
used to be
gonna-
the mayor
I'm
of the
gonna-
town I lived in the St. Louis suburbs.
I'm gonna
man.
Shout out
reel
Chip.
us back to baseball because it's just popped up on my
Oh,
Reddit
sorry.
timeline.
Fine.
A post about Adley Rutschman's slash line so far in the bigs, and I
Oh God,
Woo!
what's he got?
Bad.
50 PAs? Who
yeah,
cares?
it's 57 PAs, but it's not stellar.
What's his K rate?
Over under Mendoza line.
Under,
definitely under.
comfortably under.
What's the K rate?
Let me find it.
Because if the K rate is under 15%, I'm not moved. If it's under 25, I still don't care.
Wow. So there you go.
That's
Nothing he can do.
it's the same thing. Like, okay, Scott, for example, right? Like, what is Torkelson? Does he have a K problem?
Yeah, a little bit.
He's an
Right,
umpire
The
problem.
K rate's 26.4 on Adley.
Ooh, that does move me a little bit. That moves me a little bit. Because like, my issue
I'm
is
sure
like,
it's better than Bart. Bart's good enough.
Well, Bart stinks, so.
when was
Hey,
Alfonso
you're right.
Rivas desubbed into this game?
I have no idea.
The ninth?
Dude, he just.
Because I feel
He
like
just-
we
I
all
don't know who that is.
collectively
I
just
swear, I swear to you, you just watch a Cubs game and all of a sudden Alfonso Rivas
He just
is playing,
shows
and
up,
you're like,
right,
dude,
it's like
when
every-
the hell did he come in the game?
every game he shows up for
Every
no
single
reason.
time.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Breaking
Sorry.
news! Breaking news! Text from Amy Melinder. Diego, thank you for the shout out.
No way.
Watched the race, awesome green flag race all the way, and the Chip Cat mention. Speaking of my grandparents, so
Shout out Chip.
Shout out.
Shout out
so
Chip.
there we go. My mom
Shout out,
did
Amy.
watch. Scott Podium,
Incredible.
Scott Dixon, podium, third place. He's back off the snide after a tough Indy 500. Always glad to see from the boy. We're going to the bottom of the ninth here, the tie game. I am thrilled.
It's factual.
I'm actually thrilled, like genuinely. I mean, like exactly what Scott
'cause
said.
you could
It's
witness
about
it.
time. It's about time we had a game that was actually like entertaining.
Yeah.
This is a very entertaining
It's a
ball
good
game.
game. Also, a few hours ago.
Is it light
I got
out
a
for you
notification
still?
on my phone. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. for me, dude.
Well,
like
it's 8 for him.
Sunset's,
Yeah.
I
Sunset's
forget,
not
man.
for another hour and a half here. Like,
Remember when Scott like a couple weeks ago was like, Carson, go look outside. The sunset's
The sky.
crazy, and I'm like, hey man, I'm a whole hour behind you.
Yeah,
And
but
then
then I
later you
called
did
your
again.
sunset. I was
You
like,
did,
yo, in
you
an
did.
hour, check this out. It's gonna
You
look
did,
great.
you did. I did appreciate
No,
that.
but I got a severe storm warning 2 hours ago. Blue skies.
That I would say that looks
not-
sunny from here.
Not severe storm.
It's always sunny in Boise, Idaho. That's the TV show, right?
Boise, Idaho.
That's what everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's how everyone would
Always
finish
sunny
that
in
phrase.
Boise.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more thing about Adley and then we can move on. But he's also rocking 33 batted ball events, not crazy high, 0 barrels.
That's tough.
Really?
I'm gonna look at this on page.
Because his first when he hit that triple
It
for
was
his
a
first hit,
blooper.
I-
Blooper.
it was that bad? I thought it was just I thought it just Camden Yards.
No,
being-
dude,
being
it was
finicky
like
and right.
he like flicked the wrist, and then just dropped in the corner and
Diego,
Camden.
why
He
you on
was able-
Savant? You want to pull up his like catching stat or his like defensive metrics
Oh, yeah,
because
let me see if it's up.
Oh, I just want to look at his. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be up. What am I doing? You're right.
Catcher. No, it's probably on there.
I was looking for like barrel percentage and stuff like that, and it's just not.
No.
Max exit velocity 35th percentile, which is not great.
no, it's not.
Well, he doesn't have a barrel,
Yeah.
so
True.
can't be that good.
7.5.
Got him.
39.4 hard hit percent.
Yeah, not super great.
279 x woba.
Is there a framing on there
That's
yet
what
or
I'm
no?
looking
He
for.
doesn't have enough to pop up on
Oh, yeah.
framing.
Because they've
I think he'll
given,
probably need to
they've
play in a
given
couple
him a couple
weeks.
starts at DH. I know.
And I'm upset
New bar to right, Edmund to short, Donovan
I'm
at second.
I'm fine with that.
that I looked at the
I'm fine
framing
with that.
leaderboards because now I see that MJ Melendez is already below Salvador Perez on the framing leaderboards, which is just wonderful. Just
The catching ghosts of
You've been
past
starting
players
him in rush,
and-
though.
How we feeling about Salvi, Rudy? How we feeling about him? How much
He's not
longer has he got?
so like
Oh,
I don't
dude, his
I don't
contract
know,
is nuts.
I don't know if you like really know this, but Salvi was like my guy, right?
I remember in like when you first joined and I remember the early days of
Lord.
both
Back
of
in
us being on
2017.
site together, and I remember I remember him being you being a big fan of his then. Yes.
Like I wore number 13 for like cause of Salvi. Like that's he's
Well,
my
now I
guy.
feel
Sure.
bad. Now I feel bad.
I don't.
That
Keep going.
sucks. Neither do I.
I just like well, given like what we've got going
Whoa, Morel, that bat went. Scott and I had your reaction, and that was pretty timed up. We were both like, oh hey
Can't wait to see it.
you know
That's where
Just threw his back.
that is where the Nets. That's where the Nets, you know.
Okay, the Nets have always been there.
Was it
dog.
that? I thought it went farther. Am I wrong?
No, he threw it behind him basically.
Oh,
It
okay.
went.
Yeah, I just
you
saw
know,
that. I just saw the
yeah,
replay.
Morel's
that's-
batting already. I just saw Madrigal take the first pitch.
Dude, you got to refresh,
Oh, God.
man. You got to
You gotta
refresh.
refresh.
That-
Oh,
Well, no,
boy.
don't-
We're on 0-2 count with him.
Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, yeah.
1-2 now.
Yeah.
I just saw him throw the bat.
Scott, I'm gonna lob in the chat the site that I'm using to watch this game. Just give me like a verbal confirmation if we're using the same site, because
Oh, I'm watching on.
He has
ESPN,
local television.
Okay, I
so.
just saw Morel throw.
okay.
That is the site I use though.
That
Yeah.
is the goat. That site
Is the-
is the
Okay,
goat.
today I learned. I'll
Um,
switch it up for next time. But
Yeah, guys, I'm really sorry that I can't. A frame job by Yachty. Not even a frame job, just a terrible call. That's a.
Wait, Rudy, finish your
Oh
dialogue
my gosh, yeah. I'm so
on Salvador Perez.
I
Yeah,
mean, like
please.
to put the long story short, like yes, the defense is not there. It will not be there for the duration of the contract. Hopefully, it doesn't get much worse.
Nope.
He's not this
Well.
bad of a hitter. Like, he's been a not great hitter through his career, but he's not this bad of a hitter. So hopefully that's actually the case. That's really, I mean, I wrote an article last year actually about how for him and Posey, Salvi had 2019 off because of Tommy John. Posey did not play in 2020, and then they were both lighting it up last year. And so I wrote an article of like, okay, does this have a
that article.
bearing on how we should think about catcher workloads? And hopefully this is not 2 years of full workload, really 1 year of full workload, but still, you want to talk about 2014, 2015. Like 2014, you talk about how Salvi was the last batter of that World Series, and he had no shot because he had played so much that at that point he was just cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Last year he didn't play a postseason, but he played more in the regular season. Like he got 665 plate appearances last year.
I was gonna say he was an everyday guy last year. Like they had
This
him in the
Savant
lineup.
page is so blue.
Is it really? Yeah. So like his volume.
Call him Eiffel 65.
His volume of work for a 31-year-old catcher last year was nuts, right? So, yeah, like this hypothetically, this is not the hitter he is. He's rocking a 220 BABIP, which is not where it should be.
Yeah, that's
for a guy
not.
that
Yeah,
can hit the ball like he does. But you know, he's slow. He's a
323
32-year-old
X
catcher.
slow,
and also though,
Wow.
I mean the
Added
fact
extras, by the way.
the fact that
350,
Cabby they put him out for the second inning and he just did that. That's crazy. This bullpen, I'm saying, man, like
Cabby.
Genesis Cabrera, yes.
No, I know who you're talking about. I just like was saying the nickname myself.
Yes,
this bullpen's got some flamethrowers in it.
This was in all
it's the
quite
whole thing.
foreseeable with Perez, and another really.
How much longer does he have?
This is year
Too
1
long.
of 4, I think.
Yep,
I
he's
was
got
gonna
3
say
On
left.
an $80
4,
million
yeah.
deal, 20 a year, a little north of 20 a year.
It's
yeah.
tough, man.
So another
Tough.
mark on what has been
Brutal.
like truly an just atrocious record of Dayton Moore in the last
Excuse
3
me.
years. 4. I mean,
Respect the Andrew Benintendi trade.
yeah, that's it. I mean, what else?
A
Yeah.
lone bright spot.
I've always been a Benintendi
You know,
guy.
at the
so-
time, I praised a couple of $10 million signings in Mike Minor and Carlos Santana. Well, they got Minor out the door quickly enough. Now Santana is even worse than he was in year 1.
Which is, dude, I
It doesn't
remember
make
you and I,
sense, right? It makes
Rudy,
no
I
sense.
think
Yeah.
you and I talked about that on, was it Yumi and Kopp that did those off-season
Yeah,
hot mics
yeah, we
last
did.
year?
Yeah.
We talked about when the signing happened, we got on here and talked about it, and we were so
Yeah.
hyped. We were like, that's
It's a
such
great move.
a
Yeah, we
move,
thought
like,
so.
the Royals, like that's a
Everyone thought it was a
perfect,
great
Mitch
move.
deal. Like that's a, if they move him, it's a year and a half tagged on it. Like it's like a perfect move, and he has been
Awful.
absolutely
Like,
putrid.
yeah. And I it's funny too because if you go in
That
and
might
look,
be being a little too
yeah,
nice.
if you go in and look though at like the underlying baseball savant everything, it's like okay, strikeout rate's right where it's always been, walk rate's right where it's always been.
Right.
So his plate discipline is gone nowhere, and that was supposed to be
Right. He's still
like
getting
the plate
walks,
discipline
right.
was supposed to be what was so good about him that his floor was the
Right.
100 WRC plus player that he was in 2020. Like that was supposed to be his floor.
Right.
And so
Right.
I had a brief Twitter interaction a couple weeks ago, and it was like, what the heck is going on? And it just seems to be that he literally just like can't keep up anymore. Like he's seeing the pitches just fine and just cannot keep up at this point.
Sure. Fair
Who are
enough.
they-
Happens to the best of
Who were
them.
they talking about this with? It
It's
was
Perez.
was it Perez? But they were talking about ability to hit fastballs, and they just like, who was it, man? Oh, Jose Abreu.
Oh, Tiger legend. This game's over. Congratulations, Cardinals, on your victory. Daniel Norris on the bump.
Oh, yep.
Living
Yep.
that-
Daniel
living-
Norris
living-
Congratulations.
living the man life,
Congratulations,
man.
Cardinals. on your
Oba!
victory.
Yes, sir. Cardinals take the series. This was
Yeah.
a fun one. Thank you all for tuning in. The website and everything. Plug all that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least
got it.
do it. At least do it. Off rip. Which one's the dot? Which one's the dash? Which one's the underscore?
The
I know the answer to this.
the underscore is Twitter.
Okay.
Okay.
The dot is Instagram, and the dash is the website.
Are you
That's
locking?
correct.
Are you locking? Are you locked?
That
in?
I'm
All right.
locked in. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's funny. I don't know if you guys actually listen to every single one of the This Week in Baseballs, but I end every single one the exact
do.
same way.
I
Like,
do. There you go.
I have like a whole like spiel at the end that starts with as soon as I put the ticker up at the bottom of the thing. It's just if you don't know where to find us, how did you get here? It's at the end of every single one.
That's
It's I think
yeah,
it's fun.
you do. You do.
Um,
Fun fact about Daniel Norris and Wrigley Field. I think I said this last time, actually. It's not that fun. I think I've said this before this season.
It's a fact, though.
He, barring an Ohtani level two-way player for the Detroit Tigers in their future, he will forever be the last Tigers pitcher to hit a home run in team history. He did it at Wrigley Field.
Do you guys have a two-way guy in the system? Because the only guy the Cardinals have that's like remotely close is like Mason Wynn, who's a ridiculously good shortstop, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just not gonna have him pitch this year." And I'm like, "Okay, so he's not a two-way guy then." Like if he's not,
rest in peace.
If we're not gonna give him the run,
he's no longer a two-way.
Literally the closest we have is Jackson Jobe, and that's not happening, obviously, because obviously no, that's
Am
stupid.
I remembering right that Liberator was a two-way guy in the Rays system, too, or no?
No.
Yes, he was at one point. I thought that was
Brendan McKay. That's the Rays two-way guy.
McKay was the two-way guy.
McKay, not Liberator.
McKay was. Maybe I was thinking of McKay too.
McKay's a two-way guy.
Yeah.
Daniel Norris.
I think McKay's still a two-way guy.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, I mean.
Reasons. Goldschmidt on a fastball right down the middle.
I don't know, but I mean.
Tough luck.
I don't know.
Is it Brendan McKay?
Can't wait for the electric post-game interview in which Paul Goldschmidt does the following. He's gonna get asked about that AB. Yeah, I'm just up there trying to do my job and didn't go the way I wanted to. I mean, yeah, man.
Try again tomorrow.
That is how baseball works. Thank you so much
also,
for that insight.
I
what
also
it's worth. Sorry, go Diego.
Daniel Norris kind of looks like Jagarietta. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he wears Arrieta's number 2. He wears 49.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well.
Oh yeah,
anyway,
he
Scott.
does.
A little bit, right?
Oh, good pitch.
Are you ahead of me? What did you just watch? It's 1-0, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a good.
Okay.
No pitch.
I just wanted to make sure because I thought it was 2, but I didn't know if he
got it
or
not
yeah. with a 1-0 or something.
No, for sure. Norris. We traded away Daniel Norris to the Milwaukee Brewers last year at the deadline. And, yep, there it is again. That's why you throw the first one.
Rep.
And we traded him to Milwaukee, and he had like a 5.5 ERA and was a strict reliever and was not even that good and on an expiring deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we traded him to Milwaukee for a kid named Reese Olson.
All right.
Who is now putting up, as a starter in Double-A currently, is putting up the most ridiculous strikeout numbers you've ever seen.
Diego, what did you just Google?
It is now Reese Olson.
Dude.
That was a lot of keystrokes.
Oh, no, it's Rudy typing.
That's Rudy.
That's
Rudy's keyword, my guy.
And
Rudy do be like keyboard noises.
He's putting up ridiculous strikeout numbers in his starting and is going 5 innings pretty consistently and is now a top 10 prospect in our organization and somebody that
we've talked about this guy before.
Scott, is this a Dombrowski pitching fleece?
Dombrowski was certainly not our GM last season.
Trading Alavila, thank you. I don't know why I just said Dombrowski.
Yes, though it absolutely is. Even if he turns out being a 4 ERA reliever, that's still it was half a year of 5.
I mean, yeah, that's a guy that you
if he turns into a good starter, he's currently just shoving every 5 days in Double-A, and it literally has been dominant. K per 9 is in the teens, as a starter, absolutely ridiculous. So if he turns into anything, it's going to be a fleece. But yeah, great move.
Nolan, I know you're a rookie, Mr. Nolan Gorman, but that's not the pitch to be swinging at, pal.
Lefty. That I will say, to give Norris credit, he is a good lefty on lefty pitcher.
Well, and so it's really funny because Cardinals fans the Gorman. He had like not Tommy John. I thought he had like a crazy like not bad surgery,
I'm
but
just
like he had
I'm just
something
looking.
weird.
I'll look into it. I'm just looking at his stats right now.
Oh yeah, he had like a. I'm pretty sure he had like a not common surgery for a guy that pitches.
Yep.
I'll
Oh!
look into it.
Run!
Oh! 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 Oh, and he didn't run!
Oh
Oh,
my
no!
God, rookie! That's a rookie mistake. You run that out, man. You run
It
that
is
out
a
every time.
mistake by a rookie. You're right.
Come on, bro. That's
Gets sent down tomorrow.
All right, I'm waiting to see
that's
this.
not gonna
I'm waiting
happen.
to see this.
come on, dude.
So am I.
It's Contreras too. You know. It's Contreras too. You know he has a
If he runs out of the box, he's there, man.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But he just stands there in the batter's box for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, man, that's so
Like,
tough.
What's this? A drop?
How does
That's
that?
so
How do you not?
tough.
How do you not kick into gear the second you see Tommy Edman start sprinting towards home in that moment? Like my brain would instantly go, "Oh, the guy on third's running home. I gotta get going here." That stinks. That stinks big time.
The fact that he almost beats it out too is kind of crazy.
I mean, yeah,
That was a
if it's
terrible
not,
bounce.
if it's not Contreras, or a catcher that's got a hose attached to his right shoulder.
Yeah, that's tough, man. If
Edmundo missing
just this
third.
game.
Edmundo missing third last night. Gorman not running it out tonight. We're trying to find ways. We are tempting the baseball gods. We are tempting them so badly.
That's a little tough. Man, brutal. Absolutely brutal.
I mean,
Oof.
like I said,
Yeah, that is tough.
Actually, looking at Brendan McKay, what happened to him?
I don't remember the exact surgery. Like it's not TJ. It's just not like an uncommon surgery, but
Thoracic outlet syndrome decompression surgery.
Yeah, that's like you're either
I
your
have
career
no
might be
idea
done.
what that is.
So Harvey had that, and that's what cooked Harvey's career.
Who? Hargrave?
No, Matt Harvey.
Oh, Harvey.
Yeah. There's probably also the no longer doing cocaine, but majority. Bless you, Scott.
Good call. Good call.
Okay. So yeah.
Sorry. I guess I need to say allegedly because we're on broadcast, but
Smart man.
there are videos of him with some bloody noses during the game and he also admitted in court to using it during games. So
okay.
I will still say allegedly.
I was gonna say I'm a not infrequent nosebleed getter, so it can happen.
No, yes, he I think to avoid jail time had to admit in court that he used a little nose candy during games.
I think he.
Yes, I would.
I mean, he's in New York. It's nothing an SNL actor
You could
hasn't done.
snort coke.
He was in
What's
the majors
TikTok
this
on
year,
here?
apparently.
Yeah, and he got shelled, right? If I remember.
Is he still with Baltimore?
Man, do you guys remember how big of a deal he was?
Yes.
When he
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm so
Oh,
shocked
man.
by like everything I'm looking at because it's
Well,
not
the decline was crazy. I mean, he
Yeah,
went
it's
from
bad.
he's straight up in like a year.
Is it fair
a
to
year.
say? Is it fair to say that Terry Collins letting him pitch the ninth inning permanently altered the trajectory of his career? Because I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it's like 100%, but I mean,
Because if he
definitely
ends that game with 8 strong, and leaves, and then it doesn't work out, like you did everything that was asked of you. You're still the Dark Knight, whatever. Instead, you go in and you blow that.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll be honest with you.
It's definitely not great.
I will be truthful. Not good.
Hey, Rudy, aren't you a Ian Happ stan?
So
He's a good ball player.
Self-proclaimed, yeah.
I like Ian Happ. I do
Yeah,
like Ian
that's
Happ.
what I thought.
Self-proclaimed.
Isn't he a Cardinals killer? Didn't
He
they
is.
show a
He's-
stat?
he is a
Didn't they show
Cardinal
a stat
killer.
that he has
No.
I think they said he had the. Was it him that had the 4th highest OP Cubs OPS against Cardinals?
He owns
Like,
Wainwright.
Is he
owns
really?
Wainwright too.
He is notoriously a Reds killer. He's from Cincinnati, and he's notoriously a Reds killer.
Cabby pitching the third inning, by the way, is nuts.
Ian Happ hates the
Well,
Cincinnati.
that's
Reds.
going to send the runner over to third. So here we go. You need a strikeout
Ian-
here.
I'm bringing in Gallegos. If Gallegos has not been up in the pen, this is the only issue of not listening to the game audio and the Cubs bullpen like not being visible in their stadium. I'm getting Gio up right now. I'm putting Gio in the game.
Ian,
you need to
by
know.
the way, Ian Happ, Carson Melinder hating the Cincinnati Reds.
What a disgusting franchise, dude.
I don't actually think Happ hates the Reds. He may have grown up a Reds fan even. I'm not positive, but he's from that area.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's Clint Frazier in for the win. Let's go.
Clint Frazier.
Welcome.
I forgot about Clint Frazier's existence.
Welcome
I'll be
to
honest.
the-
97 OPS
Welcome.
plus.
Where's Ryan
the
Helsley? Did
Chicago
Ryan Helsley
Cubs
pitch last
of
night? Am I
2022.
bugging? He pitched last night, right?
I have no
don't
idea.
remember. Couldn't tell you.
He might have.
Clint Frazier looks great with a beard.
True. Most people look better with the beard if they can grow it.
All right, chill, dude.
Yeah, let's relax. Let's.
Let me rephrase
You're
it.
literally sharing a stream with 3 adult males who
I know.
cannot throw
I
one to
know.
save their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, let's calm down.
I know. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
It's so bad
I
for
meant
me.
the
It's so
ability to
bad
grow
for
a
me.
beard.
A little peek behind the production curtain for everyone. I shave on Sunday evenings specifically because of the fact that I can't grow. I don't want anyone to think that I'm even remotely trying.
I also have to shave like once a week to let people know that I am also not trying. Yes.
Yeah, so I just for the folks at home know that this clean cut look is this clean shave is
Just for you.
exactly 3.5 hours old.
Hey, so Rudy, do you think you could trade Clint Frazier for like Juan Soto at the deadline?
I mean, I heard the Yankees are trying to get rid of Miguel Andujar, so if we can pick him up for the cheap,
They are. That was in our
yeah.
game. We got Andujar traded because they didn't put him in when we were winning when we were losing 13-0.
So if we
Woo.
could somehow manage to get our hands on him, that's looking like a pretty
Scott,
good
speaking.
trade package. There.
Sorry, Rudy.
Yeah, sure.
That's strike 3.
Yeah, he went. Ring him up. He's done.
Wow. How many times has neither team? I feel like usually when games go into the 11th, it's because both teams score 1.
Yeah.
Like both teams score the ghost runner.
Oh yeah, he went.
I feel like there haven't been too many that go into the 11th because neither
All right,
team
Scott.
could score the
let's,
Manfred runner.
let's maybe save that commentary for a couple minutes from now when we know for sure if that will be the case or not. Let's not.
Okay, dude. They're
Well,
gonna
what Carson's
walk
saying
what's his
is
face,
that-
and then they're gonna have like literally Mike Napoli's gonna grab a bat.
Mike Napoli has bats in the dugout for
Actually,
this.
okay. Hypothetically, let's play the following game with me. Let's say Contreras has to go on like
Oh, it's PJ Higgins who has a 983 OPS.
Wait, so
He hit the
who's
time.
higher on the Cubs
the
coaching
time.
staff that would grab a bat in absolute emergency depth chart?
That's what I was about to say.
Napoli,
So,
for sure.
so play the game with
David
me.
Ross?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure over David
Oh,
Ross.
David Ross couldn't hit when he played.
Yeah, we're thinking about who can get me a base knock, dude.
Fair.
Napoli.
Nap's
Get
going
Napoli.
Yeah, I
yard.
say Napoli with the
Nap's giving me. Nap's giving me.
no batting gloves. He's parking it on either Clark or Addison. I don't remember which one's left field.
Well, one's Waveland, so
Sure, yeah.
Next week
I don't
we'll be
know.
talking about which managers and
Welcome back to
coaches can hit
GeoGuessr.
a home run if need be.
Who would it be
We'll
for?
rank them.
The Cardinals are putting old Skip Schumacher up at the dish. I can tell you that.
I mean, we have.
Who are you putting up there, Scott? Who's?
I mean, like it would have to be AJ, right?
I think so. I think AJ's the guy.
I think AJ is the guy.
Diego,
The
you're
Giants
also,
definitely-
I think you're also tagging the skipper, right?
Yeah, probably. I'll say this: I would love it to be someone like Richardson instead, because that's funny, or like Andrew Bailey, but it's definitely Kapler.
I want the Cardinals hitting.
Give me
coach to
Alyssa
go-
Nacken at the dish, honestly.
I want the Cardinals. Well, I'm sure she'd put one left center. She put
Look
one in
how-
Triples Alley.
Bald Albert Pujols is just bald and bad.
All right.
fat even.
And we're going into the 11th at
Goodness.
33.
Oh, goodness. This game
Dude.
just wants me to.
Rudy is back, baby.
Rudy is back for sure,
You
man.
best
Truly.
believe Ryan Rudy is all the way
I need
back.
I need the viewers to know that I have an essay due at midnight Eastern time. I
He's cranking it
Are
out.
you Rudy? You don't have to like dox yourself. Are you in the Central Time
I'm in
Zone?
the
Are
Central
you back
Time
home?
Zone,
Or are you?
yes.
Oh, okay. You got a little bit more time.
No, I
then.
don't. It's still
I
midnight
believe
Eastern
he's
time.
always in the Central Time.
Oh,
It should be 11 for
go
him.
to college in the
I
same
do go
time
to
zone
college
that
in
you
the
grew up
Eastern
in.
time zone. Yeah. Now, great.
No, going to college in different time zones elite.
So anyway, I made enough progress on this essay where I was like, I can, 3-hour game, in and out, and we're good. I forgot I am myself.
I'm
Rudy
just
failed to
surprised
remember
that
he is Rudy.
I'm shocked that you forgot
Yeah.
who you were. That's
Yeah.
my thing. Is I'm surprised that you forgot
Listen,
who
Scott,
you
it
were.
was a rough
for
year. We all
second
go there sometimes.
I agree. And now you're finding
This
yourself.
is
You're
right.
back home. You're refinding yourself. It's actually remarkable how accurate the time differences are between Rudy games and non-Rudy games.
Yeah.
Because the last
To be
the
clear,
last
this is
3
the
weeks
first.
we have cranked out ball games.
They've
And-
all been
like-
under 3 hours. The last
they've
3
been-
were all
yeah,
under
And
3.
I was a mere, utter, insolent fool to think that the healthy pace of this ball game had any positive bearing on what the
Had
final
any
time
bearing
would
on
be.
yeah.
Unbelievable, Rudy. Unbelievable.
So Diego, I do want to ask you something right now. I'm a little hungry.
Fair.
That doesn't sound like a question.
Maybe a little
man.
pizza race? Are you
It's
feeling
too
up?
late for a pizza race.
It's 8:30 where you're at. What do you
No,
mean?
I meant into the game, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you
You're
Yeah, well,
guaranteed
if you
at
want
least
it.
one
if
full
you
inning.
want to send the pizza race, go ahead. I'm not.
Rudy's on stream. Don't say
Never
something
say
we don't have
never.
enough time
Never
for
say
something.
die.
The only
Andrelton
thing
Andrelton Simmons into the game
Lord.
for the Cubs.
Oh Lord.
for Nico Horner, a defensive substitution.
A defensive sub in the
11th.
11th inning. The classic move.
I
Hey,
see. We just
David-
got to watch Patrick Wisdom play crotch grab for 20 seconds. That was really
David
nice.
Ross's most questionable managerial decision of the evening is still past us. He can't do much to top that. So
Can we real quick? Can we also talk about the fact that Nolan Gorman, after making a horrendous base running mistake, gets to
Corner to
immediately-
third, Wisdom to first, by the way.
gets to immediately go out to second base to try to right that wrong. But
I mean, I don't know how much
Yeah.
right. Oh, it's still Daniel Norris, dude. What, you got an inning and somehow made it out alive. Why are you trying to die?
Scott, the last game went to extras, and the Friday they got shellacked. The bullpens for both these teams a 5-game series. They're both.
the Cubs
gassed.
bullpen is fried. Like the Cubs bullpen still has not recovered from going from a 12-inning game against the White Sox into a doubleheader the next day. Like
Yeah, like dude,
And
we
that-
just
and that was a
golly,
week
just-
that's
we just saw
brutal.
Genesis Cabrera pitch 3 innings. That is absurd.
let's see.
After watching
Yeah, that's-
Wayno go 7, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
if you all,
7.
if I'm not a betting
Quality
man, but if
start.
you guys all, y'all better listen, man. National TV, 7-2.
Yeah, so the Cubs
Come on.
went.
National TV or at home.
Oh, hold on.
Or if it's against the Pirates, doesn't matter day or night, he will give you a quality start against them.
Reasonable.
Reasonable. America's team, though. America's team. Another a shutout win today, by the way, for them.
Yeah, so the Cubs went 12-inning loss, doubleheader, and then they have not had a day off this week. Wednesday's game against the Brewers went to extras, and then they played Thursday against the Cardinals, Friday against the Cardinals, where Stroman got shelled and they had to go to the bullpen fairly early. Doubleheader yesterday, where one of the games went to extras, and now we're in extras once again.
I got it, Scott. It's okay. Professional
Cards at
hitter Juan Yepes makes that a 4-3 ball game
Oof.
for my St. Louis Cardinals.
This had better not go anything like the extra innings game last night. That's all I got to say.
That was so honestly, like, this is what I'm talking about. Scott, earlier where I was talking about like the parity of Cubs Cardinals, man, it doesn't matter what the records are, the games are always good, and that's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Allow
one of
me
my
to be
favorite
romantic
rivalries to
about
watch.
baseball. This is what the beauty of baseball is. It doesn't matter what the two teams' records are. When it's a rivalry this old,
How can you
It
not
just
do
delivers.
Brendan
baseball?
Donovan is not a real person, by the way. But go on.
that's anyway, Albert Pujols sure is that's a shiny bald head, isn't it, Scott? You already commented
Yep.
on it, but
Bad and bald.
What's shinier, the helmets or Pujols' the actual?
Pujols' head. That thing is baby oiled to perfection. If you don't think that he's, I'll leave it there.
You don't think that he's, man.
If you don't think that he's, what are you doing?
Oh, that's gonna be 2.
Uh.
Oh no, it's not.
'Cause
Batter.
No, it's excuse me. You're really gonna call him batter after he broke
Yes.
up a double play because he's got
It
wheels?
does not matter.
After a fielder's choice ground ball.
Hey,
yeah,
hey! Who would you rather have on first base? I'll take the speed. I'll swap the out for who's on first.
I'd rather have
Because Bader can on a single Bader can score from first.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
That still requires
In the words
Yadier Molina
of
to get a
fellow
single
DD
here, though.
employee Quinn, I'll gladly take a DP for the run.
Yeah, but
that was
but unfortunately that requires Yachty to actually do something at the plate, and that's.
Listen, I'm willing to lose more money. No. Wait a minute, Scott. Peyton's job is on the line now. Peyton's job is at serious jeopardy.
You're right.
Completely
Peyton, at least we
about
forget.
that.
At least we forget Peyton's job is in serious jeopardy at the moment.
That is
The Cubs are gonna have to be comeback winners at this point in order for Peyton to continue being a Diamond Digest employee.
That's crazy. Maybe he can join Max Sporting Studios. I don't know.
Dude, that video is the funniest video of all time. Seriously, it doesn't matter whose face he puts on it.
I've seen it with. You know what?
I've seen it with half of our
exactly.
co-workers at this point.
And if you'd like to see it with my face on it, I suggest you apply to be a writer here and then check our Discord in about 8 seconds because I guarantee you that's about to be in there.
Yeah.
I might earn it here because I don't think my face has been put on that video yet.
Oh,
you know
all
what
right.
that means.
Look at Rudy falling on the sword for me.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
So funny.
You know what that means.
Man, nothing will ever beat the first time you watch it though. When you just see Max Sporting Studios come up and you lose your mind. Just nothing beats it.
It's J-Roy.
It's peak with J-Roy's face on it. Yep.
It's peak with J-Roy's face. All right, I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Oh,
it's like picking your favorite Star Wars movie. They're all fantastic, but there's just something special.
J-Roy and John. Those are the two, the pinnacles.
My favorite John meme is definitely the one that I made with the gang helps John become a father in the It's Always Sunny title card.
Dude, there's so many. There's so many.
TFW your neighborhood. The Garrett one was a killer, dude. That one killed me.
There's so many.
One of my favorite DD photos is the one with everyone photoshopped into the car.
Oh man, dude, and it's funny because that one was
banger.
like before my time, and I remember that got posted like a couple days into me working, and everyone like losing their mind, and me just being like,
"What the hell is this?"
I remember being like, "Who do I like message privately to be like?" Why is that funny? Like it sounds like it looks like a good joke, but like
no, honestly, what a top 10 moment in Diamond Digest history is when from Ontario, Canada, John Principe made Diego reservations at a restaurant in Idaho, and Diego went.
Yeah, I went.
I have
a video.
And it's like he was like, "Oh, I'm going to this restaurant with this girl," and John was like, "Oh, let me."
No, it was
like, "What's the restaurant?"
We were gonna take a road trip to this place, and John's like, "I'll make it."
That's
where
he made
the reservation under the name Diego.
Diego.
Correct. The name was Diego, and the email was Diego at Diego.com.
And it worked, which is immaculate.
There's a video somewhere of Diego walking up to the table and going, I have a reservation, and her going, for who? And him saying, for Diego, and then taking him to his seat.
Yeah.
All-timer.
It was
absolutely an all-timer.
It was
made it like days in advance. He literally, John goes, yo, I hope you're not doing anything Friday night.
He didn't ask, are you free? He said,
Which is there anything?
What? And he goes, yeah, I just made yourself a reservation for 2 on Friday.
I challenge my fellow co-hosts. Is there anything more more daunting than John Principe setting up a date for you. The thought of John going out of his way, I'm like, what's gonna happen here?
I don't know.
No,
Sounds
that
like a
sounds
good time.
incredible. Yeah,
I
sounds
can't
amazing.
confirm.
John Principe, come to Iowa City then and change my mind.
He doesn't have to be
He
there.
won't-
Okay, here I found
He
it.
won't just change your mind. He'll change your life.
He'll change.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
I'm willing to be. Listen,
I'll
I'm
put the
willing to be
audio
romance.
into the mic. Hold on.
I am
Ready?
willing to be romance. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, I had a reservation for Diego. Diego. I think that's all. Yeah, okay, that was
You
it.
sent a picture.
The video's just-
You also sent a picture
She's so-
of the chicken sandwich. It looked phenomenal.
It looked
She's
phenomenal.
so foul
It's
for
right
me.
after it. Like this is.
Oh
This-
my.
Yeah,
So
it looks
good,
really
man.
good.
I'm so hungry right now.
But
I
it's
might have
just
to
so
go back there
incredible.
sometimes.
It's just so incredible that John just he goes, yo, what's
Was
this
this on Open
restaurant?
Table?
Diego
A
sent
link. to
the
website.
link, and he's like, oh, this is it. You guys can look at
Look at
the
the
like,
menu.
here's the website.
The
You can
menu
look at the
and stuff
menu.
you
And
want.
John, 5 minutes later, just sends a screenshot of reservation for Diego. And he goes, hope you're not busy Friday night at 6. And then Diego went and was like, not
Yeah.
playing it, didn't tell him to.
It's so foul
John just
though
did.
that the hostess made you repeat it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Diego.
What's that
Who?
again?
Say that one more
Diego.
time.
What was that? Diego.
Is that your
Diego.
government name? Is that your God-given name?
I don't have my
Diego.
ID on me. I can't prove anything.
Diego.
God, I'm gonna go see if I can
Still
find.
the notable card.
Oh, where? Oh, we
Yeah,
have
it's not-
so many people on
No,
the
it's not-
IL.
God, my point is that it's we don't, because 5 of those 6 guys are coming back in the next week, and Corey Dickerson, he left the game I was at, didn't get severely hurt. He just had a little bit of tightness, and they were like, well, we'll just take you out of the game, so because we don't
Man,
want to risk it.
I
So
didn't fully appreciate it, but that really is a phenomenal beard that Daniel Norris is rocking. That's top tier.
it's
Oh,
so
dude.
It is.
It's always
It's-
been. It's
I
always
will let
been.
the man that's
like,
his favorite team employ Daniel Norris speak on it, because Daniel Norris had outrageous facial hair game from the jump.
no, it's always been elite, and he's always had, when he was peak van man and literally living
Yep.
in a van, and he said he actually showed at one point he was in the off season. I don't know if he ever did it regular season, but he was shaving with an axe.
There
it was
you go.
it was crazy. He got really crazy with it.
Are they gonna pull Norris
Yeah.
if he walks him here?
I don't know. I mean, you guys told me that the bullpen's depleted. I don't know.
That's
what
what
the
I'm.
situation
Because my
is.
thought process right now is it's still a 1-run game.
Maybe hit him. That'll decide a lot.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I have no clue who the Cubs have in the bullpen right now.
that's my Dutch Japanese king Lars Nootbaar right there.
Yeah,
What a
really tough
combination.
take there.
Yeah. Because who are you throwing out here right now? Because we all learned last night that you.
Oh, they're definitely keeping him for lefty though. So that makes that decision easy.
Donovan's been getting knocks off anybody though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if your Cubs perspective, if your bullpen's already depleted, you might as well leave the lefty out there one
Well,
more
you
batter.
don't want to Rucker.
Because Norris is really good lefty. That's his only thing. He's somewhat
Yeah.
good at.
Well, and then once the lineup rolls over, though, you're gonna have Edman, who's hitting 2 tonight. Yeah.
I can't imagine he stays in the game once it goes back to the top
Yeah,
of the
no.
line.
Yeah. Who are you guys gonna? Who's this? Is Justin Grimm still hanging around?
Oh,
Already? I'm just
God,
naming
no.
guys that played 10
Dude,
years
yeah,
ago.
Justin Grimm
Dude,
was 5
do you
years ago.
remember?
Let's warm
Do you
up
remember
Carlos Marmol. Let's have the Bob Costas moment all over again.
That was.
Do you
that was
remember when
Pedro
Grimm
Strop.
was like?
Guys,
Ah.
I
Do you remember
found
when
Hope
Grimm
You're
was a
Free
top
Friday.
50 prospect?
Justin Grimm?
Grimm was a highly regarded prospect at one point in his life. A long time ago.
Dude,
at one point,
Arenado has
Grimm
such
was,
good hair.
I'm
Now that
sorry.
he's grown it out.
Why? Justin Grimm threw 15 major league innings this season.
What?
For who?
This year?
This year.
Really?
Give it a guess.
For
Give it
who?
a guess. No.
Baltimore.
The Rockies.
Wait, what did
the
you ask? I
Pirates.
wasn't paying attention.
Surely not the Royals.
No,
not your
the
Royals.
Diego, for whom?
Wait, what's
for
the
whom
Pirates?
did Justin Grimm throw 15 and a third major league innings this year?
Was it not the Rockies?
No.
No. Was it the Dodgers?
The Dodgers, no. Oh my gosh.
The Reds.
Nope.
Pirates.
White Sox.
Nope.
Diamondbacks.
The Brewers. Cheating lab.
Nope.
Not the Cardinals, I can tell you that. We can eliminate that if we're
Not
just
the
going to keep...
Giants.
Mets?
Nope. The Mets? Why are you guys naming good teams?
The Marlins?
Because these teams suck for the bad teams.
Oh, the
There
Oakland
you
A's.
go.
How could we?
Obviously.
Oh no! Peyton is crying and shivering.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
no.
Hold on,
That'll
Peyton.
be-
I want to give you the link. I want to give you the exact link to be correct.
That'll be a 2-run lead.
So, Peyton, the exact link you're going to want to go to is careers.mcdonalds.us -restaurants/jobs. That's the link you're going to go to. And they have, so if you go to the website, Peyton, I hope you're following along at home. There's a few categories. So, why work in a McDonald's restaurant? And the first tab that you'll see is because Scott made a poor choice to bet against the Cardinals. That's the little dash they have there. McDonald's restaurant jobs are one of a kind, just like you, Peyton. Just like you.
Just like
That's because everyone has a unique story and different goals that drive them. For some, they just like the food enough that they wanted to make it. For others, they sent one too many gifts making fun of the socioeconomic status of one of the broadcasters. And now, in his greatest hour of need in which he could use his help, he will get none.
Yeah, it checks out.
That's exactly what happened.
Dude, who in their right mind is trading for Kyle Hendricks at the trade deadline?
The St. Louis Cardinals, because we need starting pitching depth, but it's interdivision, so it wouldn't happen.
Also, he's a really stereotypical Cardinals pitcher, actually.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, like that's the Cubs. The Cubs' biggest problem.
White dude that tops out at 88. Sounds
So-
like a Cardinal me, baby.
So,
We'll take them.
so that's the Cubs. Honestly, their biggest hindrance is that the biggest buyer for starting pitching at the deadline would be the Cardinals, and so it's like maybe set aside the pride. Like I'm gonna who do you guys want, Rudy? Like go look at any of our top prospects and pick a name that's no higher than 16th, and I'll say yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Unfortunately, I do not have the
pick a name that's in
capacity
the
to check
bottom
it out at
half
this
of the
point.
top 30.
Well, yeah, that's what he's
He's
worth.
writing.
That's
Leave
what
him
he's
alone.
worth, Diego.
Yeah, reasonable.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm not just, spitting nonsense here. I'm like a Delvin Perez.
Well-
He's a former first-round pick. You can have him.
That's reasonable. These all make sense. Just give him Juan Yepes and go for it.
I would say absolutely not to that.
Juan Yepes is like not what the Cubs need.
He's a good
The
player.
Cubs
so
need
he's
quite
exactly
literally
what you need.
anything.
He is quite literally a good player. So yes, you would take him in a heartbeat.
Okay, I'm looking up this.
Hey, go ahead, look up his numbers this season. Look up what he hit in the minors last year too.
Okay, yeah. The
He
Cubs
hit the
Cubs
ball.
would take Juan Yepes. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah, he has an 800 OPS. He's
No,
an
no.
800 OPS
Don't-
as a rookie.
don't be swayed. Don't be swayed.
Scott, he hit
Don't
30
be swayed.
bombs in the minors last year. He's
Don't be
OPSing
swayed.
800
You
this
don't
year.
need anyone on the Cardinals
Was-
ever.
Oh yeah, for
Was
sure.
he in the Ozuna trade?
No, we traded him to the Braves for Matt Adams.
You got him from the Braves.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
I see.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it's because John
Okay.
Mozeliak is, for all the hate he gets on Cardinals Twitter, is, I must lament, an actual good team president.
I must lament.
I
Dude.
hate admitting it, but when he
Daniel Norris is still on the bump, but
Like,
it's kind of
when he hits when Mo hits on a move, it is a grand slam move. When he misses, it's a brutal strikeout. But
yeah, like Arenado.
yeah, dude, I abhor watching Nolan Arenado play for my team. I cry. My pillow is soaked every night.
Wow. Oh, Daniel. some emotion at the end of that one. That's
I
man.
am still about.
You know what's sad is like I give him crap because like he like whatever he wasn't great here, still is not great. He is an awesome human being.
Yes, that's what I was gonna
Like-
say. Like it's hard to hate this guy.
Incredible person. Just it's just
Easy to root for.
like Tigers fans are never gonna be too fun. Like he was such high like potential. I mean, was the number 2 left-handed pitching prospect in all of baseball when we brought him in.
You would know more. You would know, what year was this? You would know better. I'm not trying to
2015 trade deadline is when we traded David Price for Daniel Norris, who was like a top 50 prospect in all of baseball, and maybe even top like 30 prospect in all of baseball, and Matthew Boyd, who was a C-level throw-in.
Who was the number 1 lefty prospect in 2015?
And that's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Number 1 overall prospect in 2015.
Number 1
Left-handed
left-handed starting pitcher.
I know it's really
In the
niche,
bigs?
but
Oh, look.
In the minors, number 2015.
prospect.
20 prospect, yeah.
I'll look it up.
I don't remember.
Well, Scott,
I just want to start guessing.
Doug's won by 20, so you are one step closer to winning the Michigan Humane Society a little bit more money.
Well, we're even now. The 1-1 series.
2015.
Well, yeah, but you're a little closer.
Wait, yeah, 2015.
Well, I'm closer than I
top
was.
left-handed
You and I
pitching
are
prospect.
tied.
That's what you want, right?
Correct.
Just
that's Diego.
2015, yeah. Just pull up like a top 100 list.
It
and
is
just find
Julio
out.
Urias.
I thought so, but I
Oh.
didn't know how old was he? Was he going to be a freshly turned like 17-year-old?
He was
Yeah, he
literally
would've been
like
super
17. Yeah.
Because that's
And
Scott. That's
after
the name
that,
I had
it
in my
was
head, but
Rodon.
I'm like, he's so young that there's no
Norris
chance.
was the 3rd best left-handed pitching prospect at number 17 overall.
Who is number 2?
Top 17
Rodon.
prospect in
Oh,
baseball.
Rodon. That makes a lot of sense.
Top 17 prospect in all of baseball, any position. Trash.
Right
then-
behind John Gray, right in front of Blake Swihart.
Golly, man. It
Scott, would you
sucks.
rather have Daniel Norris or Blake Swihart?
Let me see. Let me look.
It sucks.
So you got him from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking lower on this list.
Cabrera
to
in
see.
his 4th inning of work.
Got
Scott, have you-
Aaron Sanchez, Dalton Pompey.
dude, Aaron
Wow,
Sanchez.
this is for a win. This is like you're not going to a different reliever to win the ball game right now.
Scott,
You're like, no.
Scott, it's
Jeff
because the
Hoffman?
bullpen is that fried.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's a testament to that. Like, that's unbelievable.
You guys remember Tuki Toussaint being like a really high prospect?
I do remember.
Yeah,
that.
I very much
love
do.
I love the name.
Very much do.
Is he riding AAA right now? Is he like?
He's got
I
to
believe
be.
so.
Is he
He's gotta
like?
be.
Is he
Like that right
officially
now.
a 4A guy at this point?
Oh, comfortable.
Believe
I
so.
would say yes.
I would label
Currently,
him that. Personally.
It's kind of
he
crazy.
is in the minors.
It's kind of crazy how the Braves had guys like that, and then now they've got this new wave of guys who are like nasty and were not that well regarded as pitchers in the minors.
Yeah.
If you had to guess how old he was, how old do you think Toussaint is?
Now,
27.
I'd say,
Yeah,
I was
now.
going to say 28.
20. Oh gosh, he's been a prospect for a while. I would say 25.
Scott just prices
He is
right at me.
25. You're both
Wow.
wrong. He's
That
25.
surprises me that he's only 25.
I mean,
I would
he's
have
an
told you
international
he was
guy,
like,
so.
yeah,
True.
fair.
Yeah, he's just really young though. Kind of crazy. 'Cause
Peyton in the
he-
chat said Haitian King. Maybe you can ask the King of Haiti to give you a job after this happening.
You are laying it
'cause
on
he was
thick.
God.
Wow.
Carson. Is
I was like, where is he
unrelenting.
going
That
with
was
this?
brutal. That was brutal. Yikes.
Oh, don't worry. Jason Hayward's up, guys. This is the time
oh, good.
the tie ball game.
Surely he won't line out directly to the right fielder. Surely.
No. This has over the wall tie ball game written all over it.
Scott, if he homers here and ties the game, I will die laughing. Like I might leave the stream.
That
if he ties this game.
Okay, no. If he does that, I genuinely need to leave the stream. Like for several reasons, including but not limited to needing to finish this paper. I genuinely will need to leave the stream.
But not limited to.
Rudy, I want you to be honest,
not limited.
We all know that Rudy's own narratives outweigh the need to turn in the paper, and that's why he'd have to leave the stream because it's always narratives above all.
Truly.
Narratives do. Wow, that ball was shattered.
You guys remember Allen?
Oh my goodness, that was the most unathletic play from a ball boy I've ever seen. That's just disappointing.
Man,
you know who's lower on this prospect list than Norris? Just a random name near the bottom. And I'm not gonna let Scott finish this.
Your mother.
Okay.
Golf claps, everybody.
Frankie Montas.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Rudy. Thank you.
I'm not shocked by that. Wasn't he?
I feel like he's never been like he got a lot of buzz this offseason.
Prospect wise,
but I feel like he's never been like that
He's
guy.
been good.
He's been good, yeah, but he's never been
he's
like
been
that.
He's our future. He's our future
Kyle
Cardinal.
Crick.
Is what he is.
Folty.
Dude, what a saga! What a
Willie Adames.
Incoming strikeout right here.
Willie Adames, was he still a Tiger? Oh no, he
No,
wouldn't have been. He
Tampa.
would have been a Ray because we traded him for David Price, and that would have been a couple years before that.
Tim Anderson.
Yeah, I hope
That's
hey,
actually crazy. So the Tigers trade Willie Adames.
Speaking of the AL Central, they got the standings right here.
Yeah, whoa.
Dude, hey Scott, you know what is crazy? You guys are one good week away from goodness gracious, Cabby. He's got nothing left. You guys are one good week away from being tied with the White Sox in the AL Central, and it's June.
Yeah.
Now it's not first and second place like I thought it might be, but
bring out the clip from last year of Scott talking about how there's a Christmas tree in his living room every day.
Wasn't that? I think that was my first. That was our first stream as the four of us together.
I think so.
That was good. Oh my god,
crazy! And to think on about the 1 year anniversary, we had Slurtle earlier. That
Slurtle.
Was
So okay. So back to David Price. So the Tigers trade 18-year-old Willie Adames to get David Price. And then a year later exactly, bring in Daniel Norris and Matt Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So basically you traded for the long haul. I don't know why they weren't going low and outside sooner. He is totally
gotta
gives
set it
up
up.
the outside corner of the plate.
Also,
yeah, there's no setup needed. He's on the back part of the batter.
So Reagan says thanks for the shout outs, by the way, and says they're really making old man Yachty dive like that for Gabby.
Facts.
I'll shout out Reagan every week. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna.
Dude, look at his ACL there.
Yeah,
that leg is just twisted up.
All right, guys.
Nick Madrigal bomb here.
Oh my God, I'd leave.
If Nick Madrigal hits a 2-run homer,
hey,
I will donate $100.
I was gonna say I'll give $100 as well.
I'll give $100 to that charity that you said earlier.
We've learned